So, good morning, Anshu. Mahima, good morning. So, yes, friends, how are you? How is your life going? Yes, welcome to you, Shali. Anshu, sir, I have one doubt. Yes, please, Anshu. This is the exact time for the doubts. Yes, friends, those who have joined, if you have any issues, concerns, you can ask us. Have you gone through the topics that we have discussed? So you need more clarity or so brief about impartiality, non-partisanship, and objectivity. Okay, so there is something called impartiality. Impartiality, first one is. Then we have non-partisanship. Then there is something called objectivity. These are the three related concepts. And as a civil servant, you are expected to have all of these. See, impartiality means you treat every human beings equally. Whenever we are implementing the schemes giving benefits to the people, we don't discriminate the people based on the caste, region, religion. So I follow the decisions according to the legal criteria. That means in the law itself, or when the policy made in the policy itself, sometimes we say this scheme is only for SCs, STs, and everything. That is okay, keeping the weaker section of society in the mind to provide them equality of opportunities. That is all fine. But other than what is mentioned in the law, I do not give or I do not do any discrimination based on the caste, region, religion. So in fact, it is about no discrimination. So it is no discrimination. This impartiality is no discrimination based on the caste, region, religion, etc. Now, what is this non-partisanship? It is also no discrimination based on the politicians or the political parties. Here, I treat all the people belong to this any caste. They may belong to any caste. We treat equally. As long as they're Indians, we treat them equally. We do not discriminate based on the region, religion, etc. In the same way, I treat all the political parties equally. As a bureaucrat, I do not have any specific like towards any politician or the political party. In the same way, when as an official, when I take the decision, I do not have any hatedness or like towards any particular caste, region, or religion. This is called impartiality. And if you want to take follow this, usually we should not take the decision based on the very like only based on the emotions or our personal preferences. We have to give priority to the facts and evidences. We have to give priority to the facts and evidences. So taking the decision based on the facts and evidences is known as objectivity. So they're related. So here I do not have any hatredness or a specific like towards any caste or region. That is impartiality. Same with respect to politicians or political parties and political ideologies is known as non-partisanship. So when you don't have any favoritism, whenever you want to take a decision, how do you take a decision? You just consider facts and evidences and you take a decision according to that. So in simple, there is a communal violence between actually like just the most common violence happen like there are few people belong to the Hindu community and there is a Muslim community and they have a fight. So here I don't have any as an official in my personal life. I may belong to any religion. As an officer, when I take the decision, I don't hate or like any one particular community. That is impartiality. Non-partisanship. The politician may call and tell me that, see, there, for example, one community belongs to us. Don't take any action on them. Another community, they take strict action. No, I don't follow that order also. Those order that is given by politician, I don't follow that. I'll go with the facts and evidences, and whichever the community have done the mistake or who triggered this violence, and whoever is involved will take appropriate legal action on them, whether they belong to Hindus or the Muslims, whoever has triggered the conflict in that incident. That is about impartiality, non-partisanship, and objectivity. Yes, Anshi, did you get it? Good morning, Gayatri. What is the structure of question when it is asking, what do you mean by this quotation? I am asking regarding what to write in the introduction, body, and the conclusion. In generally, I always advise you do not have any fixed pattern of introduction, body, and the conclusion. It is not advisable to have any fixed pattern. That should be very flexible as per the demand of the question. But still, in generally, okay, the every time a general rules can be violated. In generally, whenever the quote based questions are asked, actually, so where they will ask you, what do you understand by the given statement? So Himanshu wants to know, how do we approach this? What do you understand by the given statement? If these kind of questions are asked, then again, simple explanation. They give a statement actually, like for example, falsehood takes the place of truth when it results in the unblemished common good. So what can be the introduction? A simple meaning. They might have given in a complicated words or sentences, and you are able to understand and express in a simple way. Express the same statement that is given actually in a very simple way. That is your introduction. In the body of the answer, give arguments related to this. Give arguments in favor of it, the statement, or against it based on the question that is asked, and give appropriate examples to substantiate your argument. So write, have a discussion about it, or arguments. You can write arguments. You can take only one side, or you can take both the side, or you can have a discussion on that. In both favor or against it, and write appropriate example. That is a body. And finally, in the opinion, you give your own opinion, your personal opinion about the given statement. So falsehood takes the place of truth when it results in unblemished common good. You will explain in simple way. In order to achieve the good of others, or in order to achieve the welfare of the society, and without any wrong intention, it is, we may follow the wrong path to achieve the right ends, according to the above statement. So you will start, you will write this in an appropriate way. That's introduction. In the body, what is the truth? What is the purpose of taking the right decision? What is common good? And in which context it is okay to follow the falsehood, where it may not be okay. So in generally, then you will write personal opinion. So though above statement says that means and end, the end is superior, in generally both means and end is important. So we can follow the wrong end only when the public interest is involved, or is it a last option? If you know the previous explanation, then you can understand. In generally, this is the pattern. But remember, aspirants, no matter there are some aspirants and the faculties, they may say fixed pattern, what is introduction, body, and conclusion. Yes, they are good, but they're only general opinion, and you have to decide based on the question that is asked. So good morning, Samar. So why do this honest officer have been transferred so often? Is there is any law which can prevent this, or is it the transfer always in the politician hand? So there is no specific law that is prevent the politicians or the concerned authorities from transferring a civil servant. There are many recommendations are given by the committee to have a fixed tenure of at least 3 years. And if they are transferred, there should be a strong reason why they are transferring. But as of now, it is not done. When a transfer is done, as an officer, you can question, you can challenge the transfer. but many times actually it is in the favor of the government under which you are working. So they may be transferred for administrative reasons. They expect that they should have that flexibility. Stakeholders, we describe them or write only their name. We can describe them, we can also write their names also. Both are allowed. And which one you follow, that depends upon finally, which that depends upon what is the exact question that is asked, how much content you know, and all those things. Finally, your task is you have to write 250 words. If you have sufficient content in the body, then reduce it to only names. And you have suppose less content or something, then you elaborate it in detail. So you decide. So there are six questions are asked. In few questions you explain. In few questions you write the names. So it depends. In body we can write all these things related to the topic, both positive and negative point. Yes, and sure you can write. Who will check our weekly answer? Is it you? No, it's not me, Shweta. Actually, our team will be there and they will be looking into your answers. In conclusion, we can write personal opinions, sir. Yes, you can write, Anshu. So, Shweta, hope you got your doubts resolved. Stakeholder, we describe them or write only their name, please tell. Shalva, I'm answering, no? In stakeholders, when you are writing, you can write only their name. Or you can also write explanation, some explanation. Myself, myself as a CEO of the company, my junior actually who are involved in some corruption. So both only name is also fine and name along with explanation is also fine. Sir, you don't give us choices, sir. You just tell me what to do and we will follow strictly. No, ethics is not that actually. We give you instruction. You decide based on the question that is asked to you whether only name is appropriate, where explanation is required actually. So why are you writing the stakeholder in the first place? So whenever I'm taking the case study or any decisions in my life, I need to first aware who are all the people who are associated with this situation, who all get impacted by my decision. So that we need to do in our real life. In order to convey this to the evaluator, we are writing this. So that's why both are allowed and you have to decide based on the question that is asked to you. Isn't there any way where you will check and evaluate our answer? No, it is not possible, Shweta, actually. So because of course there are many aspirants and you know they're like an average, we take morning and evening batch along with that evaluation. Also, so we can't do justice to that. That is the problem. That's why we have a separate team for evaluation and the separate for faculties. Right? We have other life also after the classes. Now, I will tell, but if you have any doubt, I will answer even after the classes are over. As you said, you have a blog. Actually, you can ask there. I will give you my email ID and also, there. I will answer any doubts that you are having. Yes, sir, Raghavji will start because even resolving the doubts are also part of our thing. Part of our class. So we have done this. Yes. So, hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to you all for the class of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. So, today we'll begin our journey of this concept called as an attitude. Before I begin attitude, have you ever heard of this word attitude? And what is attitude according to you? Can you share some points that is related to attitude? Yes, I'll answer, Shali. So, we'll start attitude and after that, I'll answer these questions. So, what is attitude? According to Raghav, it is a response to a situation. It's our mindset to tackle any situation. It's about our preferences. It is the way we behave. how we respond to a particular situation, general outlook. Good. It is the first response of our mind when we face any challenge or we saw any person. Okay, good. Now let's we begin our discussion. So if you remember in the previous class, actually we have been starting our understanding about the different qualities required for a civil servant, and we discussed about integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, sympathy, empathy, compassion, commitment, dedication. All these qualities we have discussed in the previous class that we started. The previous session we also understood what is tolerance, that is about respecting the differences opinion. After understanding the tolerance and the importance of the tolerance, we understood aptitude. So, what is this aptitude? Is the natural ability to do a particular work. Well, few as a human beings, we have some common natural abilities. Well, few individuals can have a specific natural ability related to a particular field like teaching, designing, arts, music, sports, etc. We need to identify our aptitude and choose a job that matches with our aptitude pattern. Now, how aptitude is important? It is important for a civil servant to know about what is his attitude also. In order to understand what is attitude, let us just start with this concept. One more question before we go ahead. Do you remember in something called as a fate or destiny? There is something called the fate or destiny. Ane barha, talarata, vidhi. Do you believe that? If you believe, what makes you believe that? Or if you don't believe, what makes you don't believe that? Can you say something? What is this fate or destiny? Do you believe in that? Shweta says, sir, no, sir, I don't believe. No, no, no. So many answers we are getting no. Shalu says, yes, sir, I believe to some extent. Sadhana also says, yes, I believe. Anshu says, yes, sir, I believe. It's a start from our own thoughts, then the words and action, which makes our destiny. According to Shali, it is our thoughts and then words and action that is making our destiny. There is no predetermined destiny, according to the Shali. Sai Krishna says, sir, I believe in it as a God has a plan for my life. If I do this, well, then actually he will be, okay, it will be done in my life. So suppose if God is already decided, then we may have, if can astrologer can also tell that, then we would have all checked actually whether we clear this exam or not. And then if it is anyhow suppose said no you cannot, then we no need to spend that 4 5 years. But still okay, that is also a belief, we definitely respect it. When I leave no stone unturned, then the destiny. 10% is there, sir, according to Vanshika. Ajivik does. I do believe, Tazin. Our sufferings made us believe, sir. Yes, but it is who make it. I believe in destiny. Destiny. Okay. Yes, friends. Thank you. Now, what is destiny or the fate is also subjective. Many of you, as you rightly said, there is some predetermined plan according to the God, actually, or the nature. Do we have a fate or destiny? If you ask me, yes, there is something called as a fate or destiny. Is there is anything called as fate or destiny? Yes, there is. Then what is fate or destiny here we are talking about? So these are the factors which are not in our control. There are factors which are not in our control. That is called as one definition of the fate or destiny. Now, for example, including me and you're all here, like we assume that more 99% of you are born in India. Whether to born India is my decision? No. Is it your decision to born that you are born in your India? No, it's not your decision. We are all in this way, doing so many things. Our life is influenced a lot on this extent. Where did we born? Suppose we born in Pakistan, our life would have been different. If we born in Switzerland, our life would have been different. If we born in Kenya, our life would have been different. If we born in America, our life would have been different. I am not saying which is superior or inferior, it is different. But our life would have been more entirely different, we can say. Just because one factor has changed in our life, the place of our birth. Now assume that you are born in Kashmir. If you are born in Kerala, your life is different. If you are born in Gujarat, suppose you are born in actually Northeast, your life would have been different. Now your parents, they are suppose have will study, will assume that they have certain education. They would have, if they would have not at all studied, your life would have been different. Have you chosen your parents? No. Have your parents chosen you as a person? No. They wanted one maybe kid, actually boy or girl, and that you are born. So your parents, if they're not at all educated, your life would have been different. If they, your parents are much educated than what they educated now, your life would have been different. Suppose you have siblings, and if you don't have a siblings, your life would have been entirely different. And those who have siblings, if they had no siblings, and those who do not have a siblings, and if they have a siblings, their life would have been different. And most of the time till 18 years our decisions are not taken by us. So all these factors, like the place I born, now today whatever I am in, and today wherever you are in, whatever you are doing, imagine what is the role of the place that you are born, and your parents, the religion you belong to. If you are in A religion, if you're born in a B religion, your life would have been different. And this is called as a factors which are not in our control. Suppose Ramesh, who was riding the two-wheeler, wearing helmet, following all the traffic rules, but because of somebody's mistake, actually, that other car, actually, who is driving the car, who was in under the influence of alcohol, and he made an accident, and there's an accident to Ramesh also. Whether it is problem with Ramesh, no, it is actually factor which is not in his control. Whether this is decided by nature or God, that we don't know. But there are many factors which are not in our control, and that is called as a destiny or the fate. But whether our life depends on this destiny, many psychologists believes that the destiny or a factor or these factors which are not in our control has 10% influence on us or 10% impact on our life. And they will decide whether we will become a successful in our life or will become a failure in our life. Then what about remaining 90%? 10% depends on the factors which are not in our control, and 90% of the factors which are depends on how do we respond to it. How do we respond to those external factors or these external factors? 90% of our life depends upon how do we respond to these external factors, and how do we respond, this depends on attitude. That is why I said, if you born as a poor person, that's an external factor. You are born in a poor family, you are very poor, actually, that be below poverty line, where in the initial stages you are struggling to have three times a food. That is destiny, that's not a problem. But if born in a country like India, and if you die as a poor person, then that is where, related to the response you have done to your poverty, and that response depends upon your attitude. So your attitude is the reason if you die as a poor person. If you born as a poor person, no, that's not your problem, that is called as a destiny. Now then, what is attitude? Attitude is the positive or negative opinion, perception, or evaluation about a place, person, thing, event, or an idea. So it is a positive or negative opinion, perception, or evaluation about a place, person, thing, event, or an idea. Whenever we say India, there is some opinion you have about India. You have some evaluation done about Pakistan, Switzerland, America, just some examples. So there is a particular way you understand these countries. And that's your attitude about any person. When we say Mahatma Gandhi, Nathuram Godse, APJ Abdul Kalam, Osama bin Laden, like these four different people are there. You have some positive and negative evaluation you have done. You have studied their life, you have understood them actually, and based on that, you have come to an opinion whether they are good people, bad people, the great reformers, or the terrorists. And that your thought process about these people is known as your attitude about anything. When I say a mobile, you have some opinion whether it's a good device or a bad device. You have some opinion about using water bottles. You have some evaluation about digital education, whether they're good compared to the offline or the physical education, offline education. So you have an opinion about the different events that has happened. The partition of India and Pakistan, bombing on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the World War One, the World War Two, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Nirbhaya incident, Disha incident, India launching the different satellite. India, ISRO is launching the 100 satellite at one time. So with all these analysis perspectives, actually, are India reaching Mangalyaan? Are India achieving the success in Chandrayaan to Mangalyaan and all those things actually? So with all these events that is happening, the way that you understand and you way you evaluate what are the pros and cons, and you come to an opinion, and that is all known as an attitude. So this attitude will decide actually how do you respond to a situation, and that decide whether you will become a successful or a failure person in your life. Now, to give you further importance of this, actually, can somebody tell me what are the common problem that people faces which are not related to money and not related to health? So I want you to tell a problems that is not specifically related to money or health actually. For example, untouchability is there, where a few people, that is the one social evil that is present in our life actually, that society, even today in some cases, where few people are discriminated just because they're born in a particular caste. This is society level. In the same at individual level also, many people have many problems. So maybe we feel that our parents do not care us, so parents do not taking care of me, the parents not taking care of me, suppose some people feel about it. So like this, can you tell some then can you tell me some problems which are not related to money and health exactly? So love failure, is it a real experience, Sai Krishna? So Sweta says love is only the problem, not the love failure. So okay, we'll assume that love failure, okay, there is a breakup between the couples. Discrimination with the dark skin, or okay, there is a discrimination was done based on the caste, based on the color, based on the region, based on the religion, etc. Feeling alone can also be a problem. Why do you feel alone? Do you feel alone or are you alone? So feeling alone. Education is not a problem. Education is a path towards enlightenment. Friendship, I want you to tell problems, so you tell friendship is not a problem. It is our voluntary choice so that we can increase our happiness. Physically challenged, it's an health issue, Shwetaji. Not able to achieve the goal, okay, so there is a goal I'm not able to achieve, okay, goal is there and I'm not able to achieve it. Lack of education, why a person is not getting educated? Either you do not have money to go to the so-called good schools, or your actually body and mind is not cooperating you to actually study. Not having friends, why you don't have the friends? Maybe if you have very good money and health, actually you can still make the friends. Feeling low, so why do we feel low? Okay, so thank you for your participation, depression and everything. See, what I'm trying to tell here is, other than money and the health, actually most of the problems that we are having, they are all related to our attitude, our mindset. You can also say attitude means our mindset, the opinion that is created. And these are all the problems that you said, actually in fact they are all related to attitude. Now how do we see that? First, untouchability. So it is like, for example, if I am practicing untouchability, that I am considering that a few people by birth are impure, or like in generally they are impure, or they're not clean, they're not so hygienic. So this is my attitude towards them. That is why untouchability is happening. And for example, say domestic violence. In case of domestic violence, that is what is happening. Suppose if a man beating woman or a husband beating the wife, so here as a man I consider that as a husband I'm superior, males are superior, and the women are inferior, they have to follow my orders. So this is my attitude, my mindset towards them, that is causing domestic violence. Parents are not taking care of me. Suppose I am worrying because I consider that parents should take care of me. There are many animals and birds are there. They give birth very in the initial stages. They will take care and they will just forget. The cat, if you observe, if you have a cat at your home, or you might have observed, they will give birth initial stages. So it is very careful. If anybody is approaching, also it will be very aggressive. The kids after a certain time they just neglect. Even if the baby comes near the mother, it will not tolerate. It just actually want to be away from that. So many animals they do that. Even after 18 years, if I'm expecting that my parents are not taking care of me, that mindset is only responsible for this problem. So break up in the couple. So when the two people together expecting that our relationship will last longer, there is no separation will come, no thought process change will happen, that is only the mindset problem. When we as an individuals keep changing, then our partners also may change. Feeling alone. So the very fact that you want everybody to be with you always, that feeling we have, and that's why when nobody is there or nobody is talking to us or something, we may feel alone. There are many animals, they stay together, they work together to achieve a goal. So they stay together so they can hunt, they can get more food, or this reason. So discrimination based on this, somehow it is considered these people are good, these people are bad. First of all, having a goal, not able to reach a goal, having a wrong goal itself is a wrong actually. So in this way, just to tell, all of these problems that you are telling are actually related to the mindset problem. If what are the genuine problems that a person has to worry? Like suppose if I do not have a money where I am not able to eat even a three times a food, or some health issues that I'm having. Some like suppose liver is not working, pancreas is not working, eyes are not there appropriate. So all these are the genuine problems we may have to worry because it decreases our quality of life. All these are the problems actually, that whatever the problems you said, yes they are the problems, but they can be changed with appropriate changes in the mindset actually. Normally when you go to a counselor, when you are facing some psychological problems, they may not give you money, they may not give you treatment exactly related to the physical ailments or something. It is all about what they try to see, to change. They want to change the way you look at the problem. Discipline is not a problem. Revenge, yes, it can be a problem. Discipline can be the reason. Hurt, attitude towards how we see the things and everything, negative things. So all the things. So if any of you who are listening to this class, if you are worrying for something other than money and health, actually, that money also, the basic money that is required for you to survival, and if you are healthy, that is fine. Any other problem that you are having, that problem is created by you, and that problem is created in your mind. So it can be changed and you can be more happier also. So let us we join, enter into this is the power of attitude. So in simple, if we see, attitude is the positive or negative opinion, perception, evaluation about a place, person, event, or an idea. This is what we have discussed. How to change them, that is what we will discuss, Shweta ji. We have just started now. We'll go into that. So land dispute depends upon what is the dispute, why do we got the dispute, and everything. Stigma related, menstrual cycle related attitude, yes, that is also attitude null issue, like discriminating the people based on the menstrual period. Maybe the lack of awareness or something they consider, that it's a topic of taboo, or not understanding why this tradition has come. The tradition that they should not allow to enter into the puja room or kitchen and all. So anyway, that is related to a mindset. Okay, so hope the first statement you have understood, we have explained. Now imagine this situation. Suppose I will tell you, see, tomorrow to take ethics classes, like morning session, we'll have a class at 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. But you have will be sending you two Zoom links. So one actually Zoom link where we have a faculty who will be talking about ethics, and this person is coming from America or the USA, United States of America. He is also works as a guest lecturer in Harvard and Oxford. So this person who is actually, from the USA, have worked as a guest lecturer in this Harvard and Oxford universities, is coming to take you the class actually, or he will be joining us through the online link actually, and he will be taking the classes and you can join. We have another person who has coming from Pakistan to teach us what is right and wrong, the concept of right and wrong ethics. He is also teaches in the universities of Afghanistan. Visit Iranian universities, and he is coming to take the classes actually, or he will be joining us to take the class tomorrow. You can attend any one class, that's all. Either you can attend the class A or class B. Now, actually, so but once you log in, you cannot actually join the other class. 6 o'clock, we'll send you a Zoom link. This is just hypothetical situation, not real. Hypothetically, imagine that tomorrow. So we will send a link at 5 o'clock. So you can either join the class A or class B. And once you join, you cannot log out. And like at least you may log out, but you don't have an option to join other class. So like 6. Now you have to decide whether should I join the A class or B class. No, we don't know how this actually a faculty may take the class, how this faculty may take the class, we don't know. But normally, the moment we know that person is from USA, there is some predetermined. Okay, we might have decided moment, if honestly, without judging anything, we might have decided whether to attend the class A or class B. This is called preparedness to act or think or feel in a particular ways towards a class of people or objects or an idea. The moment we know that a faculty is coming from Pakistan, there is a one way that we understand the class, are prepared to act actually, or when we know that person is coming from USA, we may have a different opinion. So that is called as an attitude. That is preparedness to act, think, feel. Now you don't know how the class tomorrow. Like most of you, when given a chance, you will choose. You have to take a decision either A or B. Then how are you taking? When we know the exact, don't know the exact answer, but we know something about what maybe the a person who is coming from USA or from the Pakistan. So that is our attitude. And these are about our likes and dislikes towards an object, place, or the person. This is also our likes and dislikes can also be our attitude. Assumption we made from our side can also be this. Okay, hope you understood what is attitude. Now, as a civil servant, you are expected to have positive attitude. Now, tell me what is positive attitude? You want quote on which one, Shali? About attitude? After the class, just go to Brainy Quotes and there are many quotes, you will get it. Yes, what is positive attitude? Looking for good. So, are you looking for good people? Optimistic mindset in any situation. To deal with situation in a positive thinking, like what happens is for our good. So like one aspirant saying, sir, positive attitude means thinking positively, whatever happens is for our good. Suppose gang rape happen, okay, what are the good of the gang rape? Or some terrorist activities are happened, so we'll discuss what are the positives or benefits of terrorism. Just is it the positive attitude? I'm just asking. I'm not denying that your statement is wrong. Having a good perspectives. So tell Shalu, what is this good perspective? Looking for good opinion, according to Chetan. So, but tell me, what is good opinion? What is bad opinion? Thinking in a manner which is not detrimental and having a smile and calm while taking the decision. Okay. Looking at good side, finding the new things in the negatives also. That's what. So, according to one of the aspirant, finding a few things in a negatives also. Okay, friends. Normally there are different definitions that is there, and in generally as a human being, you should have a positive attitude, and especially as a civil servant and civil service aspirant, you are expected to have positive attitude. What is positive attitude? Please observe this slide. Please observe this once. Okay. Now, so positive attitude doesn't mean that you have a positive opinion about everything around you. That's not positive attitude. What is positive attitude? If you are a person with positive attitude, first you will have optimism. What is optimism? These are the keywords. Remember, these are not the exact statement. In our life, we will get problems. We face many problems. In our life, we get opportunities. Optimistic people are those people who look for the opportunities even when they come across the problems. Even during the problems, they look for opportunities. Imagine it was 2019 and 20 time. Like suppose is a hypothetical situation. I am as a like Ramesh has decided to go to Delhi and prepare for the UPSC examination. Okay, hypothetically. So I want to prepare this examination and clear this examination. Okay, decided to go for the Delhi and planned the which institution to join and everything was ready. But just before I prepared to move, 1 week before, there is a news of corona started spreading, and we thought it's a simple issue and all. Slowly it is getting an increase in the numbers and all. And one day, just 2 days before I decided to go, our honorable prime minister comes and announces that there will be a lockdowns. And one day it's a lockdown actually, and then continued as many lockdowns and everything. So this is the problem. But these people, when they look at the problems, actually, optimistic people, what they say, okay, now the lockdown is not in my control. Virus is not in my control. The spread of infection is not in my control, actually. What is in my control is what I will do now. Okay, now I understood that I cannot go to Delhi now. For example, I'm living in Bangalore, I cannot go to Delhi. Now, what I'll do? Okay, so first, before I go, because I don't know in still how many days will be there, rather than going with zero knowledge, it is better to read NCRTs and then go. Let me spend some time in reading the NCRTs. Okay, start reading from 6th 7th class and ever classes. Okay, now there are so many online sources are there every day, current affairs are coming, let me listen to that. Okay, now, okay, still the corona, suppose lockdown is extending, I completed NCRT, what else I can do? Okay, now because I can't go there, is there is any online options are there? So based on the different context, you are looking for opportunities to deal with the problems. You are not worrying about it. This is called optimism. Opposite is pessimism. Even when we get opportunities, actually, we may look for problems. Suppose, just for example, Mr. Ramesh got an opportunity to go to the USA and to work as a good employee, to work in a very good position. So then, of course, going to America or not is a choice of an individual. I may consider that I have plenty of opportunities. I love India. I don't want to go. That's fine. But you may say, "Arey, America, I don't like here. There are so many, mass gun shooting will happen. What if suddenly I'm walking on a road and somebody shoot me with the gun because he just got crazy?" And we don't get South Indian food. I love enjoying South Indian food actually. So in America, even though I get the taste may not be matching with this weather, is not very snowfall it seems. So I'm just looking for only the negative things even when I come across the opportunities. That may be pessimism. So here, see, whenever we come across a problem, we look for opportunities. In others' problem, we should not look for our opportunities. Okay, when we get a problems, we should see what are the opportunities that is there. Optimism and acceptance. Accept the things which are not in your control. That's what. Now, as I said in the first point, when we decided to go to Delhi for preparation, suddenly COVID-19 has come. Whether COVID-19 is in my control, no. But the only option is we should accept. You cannot blame, Array, this corona, these people of this country has started spread this and all. No, it will not work. Whether I will get angry or not, the virus spread is not in my control. It's all about how do I respond. So we need to accept the things which are not in our control. Suppose now, imagine now you are attending the classes at 9:30, you decided to go and meet your friend, and with a two-wheeler you decided to go, and suddenly there is a rainfall. So you are blaming rainfall. Is there any use of it? No. We have to accept the rain. Now I have a two option: to continue the journey, or to protect myself to continue, or to go back. What is the response? That is not in my control. You may respond anyway, but blaming the rain is bad actually, because that is not in our control. We should accept the things which are not in our control. As a human being, we face many difficulties, the difficult situations, and suppose we are in this normal mindset, and because something that is happened, so suppose I prepared well and I couldn't able to clear prelims. It's a difficult situation, we'll go back actually. So then as early as possible we should get banks and continue our preparation. So that is bouncing back from the adversity, resilience. And the next quality is actually, if we are happy today and thanks to the many factors which are around us. May suppose after the class I may just go to hotel and pay some money like 100 rupees and may have some breakfast. But it is not just that 100 rupees. In order to come this breakfast, there are many people have worked. Some farmer has grown the food grains, and somebody else has shifted it to the market. Somebody got it actually, got this to the hotel. They chopped vegetables, added few more things actually, and somebody else is serving to me. So if I'm eating breakfast today, there are many people have contributed. If you are listening to this class, there are many people working behind this. If we can go to a place safely and come back thanks to the law and order, if we can go to a park and enjoy the good environment and thanks to many people who are working for it. So that means there are many people who are making our life better every day, and we should appreciate them. That's called as gratitude. And the person who has all these qualities is a person with positive attitude. If a negative attitude means, whenever I come across opportunities, I just looking for the negative things, I keep blaming the things which are not in our control. Arey, if this person is actually chief minister or the prime minister, that is a problem actually. Otherwise actually I would have become got a rank one only. Or actually, so we are blaming the things which are not in our control. Whenever we get difficult or failures, we cannot able to come back out of this, and we say that, Arey, no, what is greatness in that? I give the money, they give the breakfast, only I am great. So we are not ready to appreciate the things and the people who are responsible for our happiness. That's called negative attitude. It is said that the story or the history that is associated with the Thomas Alva Edison. It is said that he tried many times to invent something called as a bulb. He's the many other invention also associated with Thomas Alva Edison. Many people say he tried 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. You can keep any number that you want, but he tried many times. So then many, after his success, some of the reporters asked him, said, you tried to do something, but you are facing the failure. In spite of the failures, what is motivating you to try again and again? So you have failed many times, you are not able to get it actually. In spite of these failures, what made you to try again and again and again? Now, he said that, according to me, I have never failed. According to me, I have never failed. Whenever I tried to achieve something, when I couldn't get it, how I learned actually how not to invent a bulb. Now I know only one way of inventing the bulb. I also know 999 times how not to invent a bulb also. I not only know how to invent a bulb, 999 types of actually how not to invent a bulb also I know. So when I tried something and I couldn't get, whether I consider it as a learning or a failure related to the attitude. A person with positive attitude consider it as a learning. So these are the qualities of a person with positive attitude. Are we clear here? Yes, thank you. Resilience, the meaning is bouncing back from the adversity. Normally in this state of mind, when we get difficulties in our life, suppose there is a love breakup, job, loss of the job, some accidents and all, we will go into a situation where we feel, hurry, why the life is, it happens, it is common to every human being. But you come back to the normal situation as early as possible, and you will continue your life. Imagine there is a, that rubber actually, so we say, even if you stretch actually, yes, but if you leave it, it will come back to the normal stage again. That is like a resilience. Okay, let's we go ahead. So now, how once we know the attitude, there are many other terms related to this. Can you just think actually what may be the word political attitude and what is moral attitude? Political and the moral attitudes. Yes, you have to participate. Now you know what is attitude, you know what is politics, you know what is moral. Early in the morning, you have to participate, only then I move ahead. Okay, according to Rago, political attitude is judging everything as per the law. Political attitude is being tolerant and think positive. You see, I just want you to think about it, develop a curiosity, and then listen. Yes, for thank you for the participation, Shweta, Shalu, Kumula. Attitude means behavior. Suddenly, now attitude means not behavior. Political attitude is going with the rules and regulation. Okay, super. Now you know that what is attitude actually, right? As we discussed, if you remember, we have understood that it's a positive or negative opinion, perception, or evaluation about anything. That's an attitude. Now, what is political attitude? Our positive or negative opinion, perception, evaluation about politicians, political parties, or any other political related issues. So the way we look at the Rahul Gandhi ji, Narendra Modi ji, Mamata Banerjee, Mayawati, so Sidramaya, YS Jagan, all these people, when you look at, there is some thought process happening in you, whether they are positive or negative. That's your political attitude. When you think of Congress, BJP, JDS, YSR Congress, the Telugu Desam Party, actually DMK, AIDMK, SP, BSP, the different parties, you have some analysis which parties are good, which parties are so-called not good. About any other issues that we'll discuss, the political issues actually. And about this, how are you looking at it? How are you understanding? How are you evaluating? All this becomes your political attitude. So in the moral attitude, that is our opinion about different ethical principles. Now, with respect to what is right and wrong, there are many ethical principles are there. For example, Mahatma Gandhiji's talisman is there, which says that we have to take a decision in such a way that we benefit the or it benefit the weaker section of society. Max Weber says that we need to take a decision according to the law of the land. Charvaka, though we have not discussed, because generally there are many philosophies are there. Like one is Charvaka principle is it. Charvaka principle says that actually don't believe in anything that you can experience it, feel it, see it actually. Anything that you do not see, there is no such thing actually. So just live life actually, enjoy the life. Even by taking the loan, you can eat ghee. ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಆದರೂ ತುಪ್ಪವನ್ನ ತಿನ್ನಬಹುದು ಅಪ್ಪು చేసైనా ಸರಿ నెయ్యి తినాలి. So even just means you enjoy to the greatest extent. If you want to eat ghee, even by take the loan and ghee, actually whether you are alive or not, you don't know, just enjoy it today. One point, there are many other of course great points are there in the Charvaka philosophy. One point, so in this way there are many philosophies are there. The stoicism, just to introduce actually, there are many points in the stoicism, but one important point is actually normally generally say that we should always think positive, but stoicism says that you can think negative. Whenever you want to think, you think negative. See, finally any philosophy is actually purpose is to make you happy. Talisman says that if you help weaker section, you feel happy. When you follow the law of the land, you feel happy, according to Max Weber. Charvaka, you just do whatever you want to do, actually don't believe in the god, heaven, hell, none of these are there. There was no previous birth, there is no after birth, actually nothing. So then stoicism says that thinking negative is also good. Now for example, I'm going to now have a startup, I'm going to start a new startup, a new business I'm starting. Before I starting, I can think actually this is going to be the worst decision in my life. Actually, I lose everything in this startup, and then I should start this. I should think this negatively and then start. Now what is the benefit of this? Even if there is slight negative, slight positive, I can still be happy. Slight profit, I can be still happy. There are many lakhs of people die during the sleep only. So every time when I sleep, actually I should maybe like think negative. Today in the sleep I am going to die. The moment I wake up, I can feel happy. Oh, I got one more day to live. I thought that actually I'm going to die. So in this way you can feel happy. Like these philosophies are there, like these 100 philosophies are there. When you listen to these ethical principles of what is right and wrong, how to live our life, you may incline towards something. You may favor something, some ethical principle, or you may not agree with that. You may not agree with some of these principles, whether you are inclined towards something or not, whether you're in favor or not in favor. All this is called as moral attitude. With respect to right and wrong, how much your inclination you are having towards which principle, that shows your moral attitude. I'll give you some more points now. Is it possible to have a positive attitude always? Yes, we can have a positive attitude always. Is it possible? If your answer is a possibility, yes, it is possible. How do you justify stoicism? I am not justifying stoicism. I am just telling what stoicism are the people who stoics believe. Sometimes it acts as negativity. So tell me, Shweta, how do sometimes it acts negativity? Okay. So while you are keep thinking about this, others who are here, so please observe this slide. Okay. So, what is political attitude? It is our positive or negative opinion, evaluation, or perception about the different politicians, political parties, and political ideologies. So some people, the some politicians, some political parties related to the changes in the society, they consider that there is a slow and gradual changes we need to bring. We need to bring. Suppose in India also there is a corruption is there. Even today, practice of untouchability is there, and women discriminations are there based on the menstrual period. All these are there. We need to bring changes, but how do we bring the change? Some people say that we cannot bring changes in one day. It takes some time. Slowly and gradually we'll bring the change. Child marriages are happening, patriarchy is there. We cannot arrest all these people and send to jail actually. And open defecation is happening, so we'll bring slow and gradual changes. While some people feel that array this slow and gradual will not happen, actually we should, if any sexual harassment is happening, we should take a strict action, or we may bring revolution. Revolution talks about sudden changes, a sudden and quick changes we need to bring. We need to bring a very strict law against the corruption. Then corruption will come down. So there are some people who believe that slow and gradual changes are required, while some people believe that the sudden and quick changes are required. No matter which party you belong to, that is still related to political attitude. Some people feel that in our society we need fundamental changes actually. Very our fundamentals only not correct. Some people may say, see for example, secularism we call, and that is only not correct. We should declare is one religion country, and these people are only superior. All people belong to the other religion are secondary class citizen. So that is, they are expecting that we need to bring a changes at the fundamental level. Some Naxalites may not believe in the fundamentals of our constitution itself. They may expect fundamental changes. While other people feel that fundamentally we are super. Socialism, secularism, democracy, everything is fine. But the only way that is happening is not correct. That is why only we need to bring the changes at the superficial level. Some people feel that reservation is good, while some people say reservation is bad, and that we have discussed about reservation in our previous class. Some people say democracy is good because it gives an opportunity for every section of society, whether you are belong to Hindu, Muslim, or or the Christian religion, whether you are a Brahmin or Dalit. You will get an opportunity to choose your representative as long as you are 18-year-old and you are a citizen of India. That is what is a great. That is why some people say democracy is great. Well, some people say democracy is one of the worst form of government. We are giving opportunity to choose their representative for everybody, whoever is 18 plus. Those who are going for 18 years, for example, you, if anybody is going for a vote, actually, you ask most common people, which election are you voting for? Whether you are voting for a Sarpanch election or MP election or MLA election, actually, just some example. Or if it is, and okay, they may, many of them may not able to tell which election they are voting. And even if they tell me what is the difference between MP election, MLA election and Sarpanch election, who are the other people are contesting? So how many people are contesting? How many are educated? Okay, you decided to vote somebody. Do you know why are you voting them? Do you know whether that person has done any duty in the previous term? So many of the common people don't even know why are they voting, and giving opportunity to vote for them is a wrong decision according to some people. It's not my opinion. So some people blame criticism, some people appreciate the democracy, some people blame the democracy. Some people says that whenever we are voting, we should not consider the religion or caste of a person. We should consider what is, whether that person has an awareness about what we need actually. That should be the criteria. While some people say that whenever we are voting, we should vote based on our caste and religion, because the politician who understand what is the our issues, problems and everything, if person belongs to our caste, our religion, he or she can understand better compared to other people. They promote our culture. That is why we should vote for the people who belong to our caste and religion. This is opinion of some people. So in this way, no matter which criteria that you belong to, all these are the examples of the opinions related to politics, and that is why they are known as political attitudes. Political attitude. So fundamental means there is problem with the constitution or a well-established practices itself. In the superficial, in this context, fundamentals of our country is good. Like democracy is good, secularism is good, the parliament system, everything is good. Laws of the land, law of the land, everything is good. Voting, everything is good. But only the way that people are working is not good. Some slight changes are required. A minimum changes are required at the top level. That is known as superficial changes in this context. Madhur. Okay. Okay. So before we go ahead again, sir, if we think negativity before starting a work, how can we move forward with a confidence? So what they say, for example, now I may know that I may going to die in the sleep, but that doesn't mean that we don't sleep. No, we'll still sleep. We are ready to face it. So when the stoicism indirectly what they're trying to tell, see, now I consider this actually startup is good, but I know that I'm going to lose everything, or I may lose everything actually, but still I will try. Even if I lose everything, I'm okay to start with a new startup. I'll prepare for this examination. I may not clear actually. So go with this negative. I may not clear. But what will happen if I don't clear? I have learned so many things in this journey. I will utilize this and start another business or start a new journey. So that's one advantages of following the stoicism in that way. Okay. So Shweta, what that is what they're trying to tell. Please observe this slide. Okay. So, what is moral attitude? As we discussed, individual inclination towards the moral principle. As we discussed, many moral principles actually. So, there are many moral principles are there which talks about right and wrong. And we may agree with something, we may not agree with something. We may favor something, we may not favor something. So how do these attitudes are influenced? Where do we learn what is right and wrong? Actually, religion, family, experiences, etc. Some of these moral principle may say that actually, for example, we as a human beings, actually, animals have a life, animals have a emotion, actually, and how can we kill them and eat it? We should not eat it. While some communities say, then if you don't eat animal, even plants also has a life, plants also has a feelings, then you are eating the plants, that is also wrong. These are all not in, not appropriate in nature. You can eat everything actually, including animals, plants, and everything. So whenever we say, the one philosophy may say this, another philosophy may say that, we may agree with something, we may not agree with something. That is influenced by the religion we belong to, the caste we belong to, the family we had, experiences that we get in our life. All this will have an influence in deciding which moral principle we agree or which moral principle we may not agree. And it contribute to the personal integrity. What is personal integrity? There should be an harmony in our thought, speech, and action. If I have some thoughts actually, and then if I speak that and if I follow in my life, then it becomes a personal integrity. But if whatever I'm following, that depends upon which principle I'm agreeing or which principle I'm not agreeing, so it lead to the personal integrity. And see, once again, as a person who, what is my life? Suppose I consider the purpose of my life is to do public service. Animals, plants, everybody live, and even animal take care of their family members. I need to think beyond my life actually, and beyond my family, and do the public service. Suppose I am agreeing with this ethical principle, and there is another principle, they say that, as we said, you have no obligation. For example, you have no obligation to help other people. You are born here, enjoy your life and die actually. Even if you want to help others, you should help only if there is a beneficial to you. Charvaka principle also says that if you want to help others, you should help them only if that is beneficial to you. If I help this person today, then if there is beneficial, suppose we are living in a PG, and like suppose, okay, that he or she is not feeling well, or if I help her today, take her to the hospital, if tomorrow if I am not feeling well, she will take me to the hospital. That is why I should help her. Otherwise, if she will not take care, then I don't help her. Suppose this is philosophy. We should help other people only if it is beneficial for us. Now imagine I consider public service is important, and then my behavior and way I interact with other people is different. When I consider that helping other people only that is beneficial to me, then what is my behavior or the interaction with other people will be different. What is that attitude that we are having, which principle that we agree, will also decide which what is our behavior, how do we interact with the other people. It is an important component of our character. Who is originally I am actually, that is also influenced by our moral attitude. In simple, moral attitude are there are many ethical principles are there, to which one we are agreeing and to which one we are not agreeing actually, and they shape our interaction, our with other people, behavior with other people, and it's a forms of character and it's a form of personal integrity, and they are influenced by religion, family, experiences, the books we read, the educational institutions we attend, etc. So this is called moral attitude. Are we clear? Please observe this and see what may be the meaning of these words. Once you know attitude, you should create it. Think about these two. Okay. Good attempt by Mahima, where she believes that actually democratic attitude means attitude towards democracy. But we'll see. Even if it is wrong, it's good. Accommodative attitude. So, what is this accommodative attitude, Raghav? Okay, that's good. See, where we give some time, some of you say, sir, you just please tell the answer, sir. We will learn fast and go. No, that is not the purpose. See, some of you believe that actually, sir, just use explain to us and go. Don't ask us question. There is no use of that actually. Okay, so this is a appropriate behavior you may consider following, even when normally when you watch a YouTube analysis of current affairs or when you read current affairs also, you should not directly listen to that. You have to think about it, to develop a curiosity and then learn about it. As I say, for example, today you are learning an article about poverty. There is one editorial about poverty. You should not start listening to this. First ask this question: what is poverty? I've been hearing from my childhood poverty, poverty, poverty. But do I know any definition of poverty at all? Okay. Why usually poverty happens? What are the reasons for poverty? And why do some people are poor? What are the solution that we are already trying to help the people to come out of poverty? So then what we should try actually, ask think about all this and then find some points and then listen to the editorial analysis or read the editorials. You will appreciate that article in a better way. So that's why you should do that. Now coming back to this, so even when you are listening to the class, make this as a practice. Civil servants are expected to have two kinds of attitude. As a civil servant, if I consider that we are living in a democracy, democracy means the rule by the people. People are important. We need to take a decision in such a way that we fulfill the needs and expectation of the people. Needs and expectation of the people. When we are doing our duty, we have to give priority to the compassion, that is helping the weaker section of society, respecting the differences opinion. And this is what my duty as a civil servant. We are the peoples are important. We need to give priority to the needs and expectation of the people, and we should have a compassion and tolerance. If I consider this is what my duty, that I am a civil servant with democratic attitude. Now as a civil servant, if I consider the law of the land is important, I have to follow whatever is mentioned in the laws, rules, and regulations are important. Whenever I'm taking the decision, I should give priority to the objectivity, that is taking the decision based on the facts and evidences, neutrality, not favoring any politician, confidentiality, some information has to be maintained secretly. So, confidentiality, these are important. Then I'm a civil servant with bureaucratic attitude. If I consider democratic attitude as A and bureaucratic attitude as B, according to you, which attitude is important for the Indian civil servants in the 21st century? Whether A is correct or B is correct. So some of you are saying democratic, some of you are saying bureaucratic, some of you are saying actually both. Yes, both are important. Remember, both are important. But if you want to choose the first one actually, fortunately or unfortunately, we have to go with the bureaucratic attitude first. The law of the land is first, but I should not limit my duty only to the legal obligations actually. The first one talking about the bureaucratic, that is B, I am talking about. The B one is important, that it should be given a first priority. Because now what is good to the people is subjective. I may have a different opinion, a section of society may have a different opinion, but the overall interest of the country may be different. That is why the bureaucracy has its own morality. We should give first priority to this, but we should not limit only to the B. After fulfilling the B, we should also follow the democracy where people are important actually. Compassion and tolerance are also important, but you have to do it without violating the law of the land. So both are important. We need to balance both actually. But if you want to choose priority, then the bureaucratic attitude will come first criteria. Observe these points. So, to encourage the participation of people in the democratic decision making process, it involves compassion and tolerance, decision according to the law, objectivity, neutrality, and secrecy. Fine. Hope you have understood. Let us we go ahead. Once again, before we go ahead, there's a small actually sorry, small actually we'll take a small break here only when we are discussing only. So once again, we'll come to the some funny, tricky questions just for 1 or 2 minutes. As we are seeing the less participation of the people, we want to wake you up actually and make sure that all of you participate, and only then we go to the next topic. So please ask us some funny, tricky question, and we'll take the questions from the aspirants. We need a certain kind of response actually that motivate us to go for it. No problem. So we'll get that. Sir, early morning typing and all is difficult. You have to. Gate which nobody can enter. Okay, as anybody has an answer. So there is, okay, first we'll try to find answer for this. So Madhur has this question. There is a gate which nobody can enter. So many of you are saying Colgate. So is it right, Madhur? Okay, Colgate also nobody, human being cannot enter, paste can enter. Okay, so nobody, yes, nobody will consider human being. Yes, it is correct. So why do the cows wear the bill? The another question actually, why do the cows wear bill? Cows wear bill. Okay, some cows wear the bill. So why do? Is anybody answer? Why do cows wearing the bill? Bill. Okay, so Akula's yeah practical answer is to horn. Any other answers you have? Because their horns do not work. Okay, that is the answer actually. Okay. So because their horns do not work, it seems. Okay. So if you want to laugh, please laugh actually here at this juncture so that Raghav will feel happy. Okay. Which city we cannot enter? I think Tazin, so we'll tell this. It is electricity. Okay. So we'll actually you have to ask some question for which I don't know answer. So we'll ask them. Which city we cannot enter? Hope many of you are asking. So that may be electricity. That's correct. Um, why do we drink water? Konatham. I know the answer, but I'll let me see. So Konatham has this question: why do we drink water? Because we cannot eat the water. Is it that is the answer, Konatham? Okay. Okay. Just a funny, actually, tricky questions. To protect others. Okay. What can run but not walk? Okay. What is something that can run but cannot walk? Okay, one answer is saying what actually can run but cannot walk. They say that runner cannot walker. Runner cannot walk. Though it is not appropriate. Let's see. Do we have any better answer? Prashant, I think he should give a better answer because he asked the question. What is something that can run but cannot walk? Aeroplane. Aeroplane also okay. They run. They cannot walk. Okay, the person who posed this question has an answer actually raindrops. Yeah, I think the raindrops cannot walk actually, right? They cannot walk, they only run. So if we consider raindrops in the condensation from snowfall also running only, no, they cannot walk. Okay, we'll consider some, it is a good answer. Last few questions, we'll take it. What is always in front of you but you cannot be seen? Something that is in front of you but you cannot see. So many of the aspirants are answering it as a nose and future. Nose and the future. So both are interesting. So let's we ask the person who posed the question, Shali, what is your answer for this? Any better answer than this? What is something in front of you but you cannot see? Two answers are there. One Mamata also say it is air. Shali says it is the future. Okay, so we got other answers also. That's good. God, okay, Madhur, we don't know. Okay, there may be. The last question actually. What goes up but never comes down? What is something that will always go up but never comes down? Age. Okay, answer is age. I think it is correct actually. So we'll go ahead. Many of you have answered. Super. The last question that is already posed actually, we'll consider. Smoke also will go up actually. It will not come down. Okay. Imagine that you are in a room that is filled with the water quickly. It has, filled with water quickly. There are no windows or the doors. How do you get out? I know the answer, but let's see the last better, any other better answer. Imagine you are in a room and that's filled with the water quickly. Okay, it is filled with water. There are no windows, no doors. How do you save your life? How do you get out? So, yeah, I think it is stop imagining. So if you are imagining a room actually and there are no room windows full of water, so how do you save yourself? So you stop imagining so that you can save. Is that is the answer or you have a better answer? Prashant, by drinking the water. Ganesh, you should have a very strong mind. Correct answer. Okay, stop imagining. Okay, the let's we go ahead actually. Who is bigger, Mr. Bigger or Mrs. Bigger? Or their baby? Who is bigger, Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger, or their baby? Mrs. Many people are saying Mrs. Why Mrs. Bigger is bigger than Mr. Bigger? Because of the extra letter, yes. Is that is the answer, Taisin? Syllabus is bigger. No, sir, the baby is bigger. Are their baby? Why do you think their baby is bigger than Mr. Bigger and Mrs. Bigger? Last question, we'll go ahead. Yes, Taisin, what is that explanation? Because he is little bigger. Okay. We'll assume that maybe, when that baby becomes bigger, actually higher, maybe it is possible. Okay, for now, we'll consider it's a, little means small baby. Little means small baby. Okay, we understood, but why it is bigger? Okay, let's we keep it. Let's we come back to this, friends. As you say, it is just a simple conversation so that you back to the class early morning when you wake up and you are just listening to the classes. Sometimes you may feel bored. This is also a just lesson. Suppose you are reading something for 3 hours or 4 hours. In 5 to 10 minutes, you may take some break. Actually, maybe solving this kind of question or listening to some jokes actually, or reading some jokes, or talking to a person whom you like and everything, so that you will come back. Okay, now attitude we are discussing. This attitude has three components called as cognitive component, behavioral component, and affective component. This is called structure of attitude, this is called content of attitude, this is called component of attitude. This is also called as ABC model of attitude, because A is there, B is there, and C is there here. and this is called as cab model of attitude, or CAB model of attitude, or cab model. That is C, A, and B is there, as you can see. Now, what are these actually? Let us we understand. Cognitive component, affective component, behavioral component. Focus here. Cognitive means our knowledge or belief about something. That is called cognitive component. In generally, where we associate it with our mind. Affective component is about our emotions, our feeling towards something. Behavioral component is not behavior. Behavioral component is tendency to act. Tendency to act, or preparedness to behave. Tendency to act or the preparedness to behave. In order to explain you this, suppose I'll take the example of R. Shanmugam. If you have remember, he was the Sarpanch of Odandurai constituency from the Tamil Nadu. Imagine now I am there in Odandurai actually. So I am there is a Sarpanch election is there. I have a knowledge about R. Shanmugam, or I believe that he is a very good person. He has utilized his power well. Actually, he was able to bring reforms. He was installed a solar panel at every home. The wind panels were established. He was given us the drinking water connection and everything. So that is my knowledge or the belief about the R. Shanmugam. So that my knowledge or belief is cognitive component is positive. I like to talk to him whenever I get an opportunity. I want to meet him actually. I like his actually initiations actually. I appreciate that person. So liking or disliking is actually emotions or the feeling. So I have a positive, affective component. What is cognitive component? This person has done a good work. This is my knowledge or belief cognitive component. I like to interact with him. I like to talk to him. I like to spend time with this person. That is an affective component. So based on that, when next time when he conduct a contest for the election, I will vote. I will vote actually for the R. Shanmugam. Or generally, I vote for actually a person who is recommended by Shanmugam or Shanmugam itself. All these three together forms our attitude. All these together forms our attitude. Now let us we take another example like snake. Normally, it is considered that snakes are poisonous. Snakes have venom that is actually a toxic element, but that is venom is there for a snake that is to protect itself. But from a human being perspective, snakes are poisonous because the bite of snake can kill us. There are poisonous snakes, non-poisonous snakes are also there. But generally, when a snake comes, actually, we cannot ask, are you poisonous or not? Actually, generally, we consider snakes are poisonous. So this is the negative cognitive component related to the snakes. From my perspective, snakes actually they're dangerous to me. They causes a problem to me. That's a negative cognitive component. So what is the emotions or the feelings when I get a snake? Suppose the more I got this snake actually which has come here, and the moment I saw this snake actually, wow, so cute this snake actually. I want to kiss this snake. Normally we don't feel like. What do we get? We afraid. We get a fear. So fear is a negative emotion actually, or the negative affective component. So based on this, there is a behavioral component that is created actually. So we are prepared to act. Now, before the snake comes, actually, there is some preparedness that has happened. Normally, when a snake comes, what do? We scream and try to run away from this. So that negative attitude related to the snakes are created. So one example for positive, one example for negative. Hope you are understanding cognitive, affective, and behavioral component. And third one, let's we take the example of smoking. Or about the junk food. Give me some example for junk food. Examples for junk food: burger, momos, noodles, pizzas. What about gulab jamun? Is it a junk food? No. So those who are saying no, tell me a reason or your definition. Why do you consider gulab jamun is not junk food while pizza is a junk food or noodles is a junk food? Why noodles is a junk food but not a gulab jamun? What is the reason behind it? Okay, so normally junk food is something in literally junk means waste. Junk means waste. As a human being, unless we are doing so much of physical work, in generally for most of the people in the modern day 21st century, we are supposed to take the food which is less in calories and high in nutrition. It is considered to be a good food. Opposite of this is considered to be junk food, which is high in calories and very less in nutrition. That is known as a junk food. Now noodles is a junk food or not? See, suppose maida, which the noodles which is made with the fine wheat flour, actually the refined white flour, actually after all the refining we will get maida. So that is made with that and you are preparing and eating, it may be junk food. But suppose if you can prepare these noodles with actually wheat version of it and you are adding vegetables into that and then you prepare, it may not be a junk food. So that depends upon how much nutrition it has and how much calories that is giving. Normally, we know that junk food are not good to health or smoking causes cancer. That is negative cognitive component. But suppose there are people who enjoy that. Suppose I consider pizza is bad actually based on the this opinion, very high calorie, very less nutrition or something. That is according to me, it's a negative cognitive component. But I may enjoy eating the pizza. I may enjoy that. It's just example. So if smoking causes cancer, I know that in cognitive component it causes cancer, but I enjoy smoking. It's not a real, it's just an example. So what is this? I'm having positive affective component. Then what is my behavior actually? Behavioral component, it may be decided. Those who give importance to cognitive component, they may quit the smoking. Those who give importance to the affective component, they may go continue with smoking, or they may come to the middle path. We may smoke, but actually very rarely we smoke actually, or once in a month or once in a 15 days, or only with friends. Somehow they will reduce it. So in that way, it depends on the situation. Sweet increases fat content in our body, similarly the junk food. Yes, Sai Krishna, you're right. Gulab jamun is made up of concentrated milk, not refined flour. Shalu, I did not use it is made from the refined flour or something. I did not tell anything about gulab jamun, whether it's good or bad. I just asked you. So, with respect to gulab jamun, it is not only about the flour, but how much sugar you use it actually, how what is the oil that you are using it to fry everything. Overall, when you eat actually gulab jamun, you have to check actually how much nutrition you are getting, how much calorie you are getting, and based on that you only decide whether it is junk food or not. Okay, hope you understood these components of attitude. Let us we go ahead. Now, same components are actually is also called as content. What this our attitude includes? It includes knowledge or belief about something, emotions or feeling about something, tendency to act. Suppose if I say, if you given an opportunity to go to Czech Republic, will you go or not? Many of the times we cannot take any stand actually. We may not have any opinion because first thing to have opinion, we need a knowledge about it. Based on that, usually develops opinion, and then we decide whether we want to go to the Czech Republic or not. Actually, those who know they may go it actually. So that's why if you want to take a decision, if you want a behavior, usually our attitude is important, and attitude is a combination of this cognitive component, affective component, and behavioral component. Behavioral component. Okay, that's good, Raghav. You got it. What are the fact? Then how do we develop attitude? You have some positive or negative attitude about different politician, different caste, different region, religion, and everything. But how do you develop? It is same as the factors that is responsible for ethics. Observe, these are the qualities. If you remember that we have already discussed under ethics, and same factor will decide our mindset also about other people or about anything. Okay. Now I will come to these functions of attitude. I'll also come to the relationship between attitude and behavior. But before I go to this, there is small case study. Let's we take this case study and then we will discuss the other two topics that is there. Okay, that we will discuss it later. Now we'll come back to this. So listen to this case study. This situation. There is a disaster-prone state having the frequent landslide, forest fires, cloud bursts, flash floods, earthquakes, etc. Some of these are seasonal and often unpredictable. The magnitude of disaster is always unanticipated. During one of the season, a cloud burst caused devastating floods and landslides leading to the high casualties. There was a major damage to the infrastructure like roads, bridges and power generating units. This led to more than 1 lakh pilgrims, tourists, and others locals trapped across the different routes and locations. Now, please remember this actually slide. What you have to remember, there is one state, normally many natural hazards will happen and they convert into disasters. In one such area, there is actually disaster happened. What is that? Cloud burst happened. In geography and environment, you study actually cloud burst. In both geography and disaster management, you will come across this. So there is a that led to the flood and damage to the roads and everything. And there are 1 lakh people who are actually stuck in the different parts under your jurisdiction. This is the first part. Now please listen to me. The second part. This is the second part. I want you to read on your own and then give me some four sentences. So you have to give me answer minimum four sentences. Minimum four sentence as answer, and that you have to post it. I am keeping it in the public for now actually. So whatever you are actually writing, it will be appear to other people also. Take some 3 minutes, read this, understand the demand of the question, and answer this question in minimum four sentences. Your time starts now. Yes, I'm here only listening to your points actually. Just a minute, video will be back. Please go through this question. So it's a bit tricky question, but see, try to answer. It's good many of you are answering. Once you posted, please listen to the others' comments also, or please observe the others' answer also. Okay, friends, please stop 1 minute. So, many of you are writing actually. Order would depend upon the vulnerability towards the disaster. Then, what are the different steps that you will take? Okay, so but please listen. In this question, you have to answer in this way. There are 8 categories of people are there, so you have to arrange them actually. Whom do you say first, second, third, fourth, actually, then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So you have to arrange them whom you are going to say first. Is it really possible or not? I will explain to you. But now please answer, especially whom do you say first and why. Very, very important actually. Whom do you say first and why? At least this. And whom do you say last and why? In exam you have to write all the 8 orders actually, but in this particular question, now in the comment section, please answer this. Whom do you say why? Whom do you say first among all these people? Whom do you say first and why, and the last and why? Please answer this now. It is not how do you say, it is all about whom do you say. Give me this answer, first and last, and why. If you are writing first, write it as a 1 and 8 actually, or the last. Not just the order please, and also explanation. Akula, why CS first and hikers last? Please tell that. Yes, Chalu, we understood. Who is last, according to you? Whom do you say last? Nobody has answered as of now. And why? Why prisoners last, Prashant? If it is last, actually, why? So Sai Krishna, arrange your content into this order that we have given. Please mention the last one or two people, and why do you save them in the seventh or eighth positions, please? So tell Sai Krishna who are not much vulnerable and healthy. So Mahima, will that be your answer for 250 words? If you say, sir, depending upon the situation, but they have not given much situation. So what can we do that? Last 30 seconds. Okay, thank you for your participation. Now listen to me, friends. Okay, first completely listen to me, then I will take any doubts that you have. Okay, please focus here. Thank you for your participation. Now, in the exam that is given to us, so whatever there is a disaster that has happened, and there are local people who are trapped in this area, or the people who trapped in this area, and what is the question? As a civil service officer of the state, what would be the order in which you would rescue these people and why? So the question is very clear that we have to write them in the order. Now you may ask, actually, sir, in the real life, is it really possible to follow the order? Now senior citizen, okay, now we want to say, oh, you are a 60-year-old, do you have any certificate to prove that you are 60-year-old? Oh, you don't have document, no, and I will not save you. Okay, come back. Now 58, oh, 58, not senior citizen, 60 only. Okay, men or women? Oh no, I'll say only women, not the men. Children, okay, you are crossed 14 or actually still less than 14, do you have any proof? Oh, you are 15-year-old, not a child, I will not save you. Are you president? Are you family member of president? Is it really happens? Is it in this way? No, it will not happen. What happens in the real life situation, generally when you are saving the people, there are three criteria you need to consider: proximity, vulnerability, and role of that person in a government, the role in the government. These are the three criteria are in generally considered when we are helping the people. One is proximity. What is the meaning of proximity? Means whoever is closer. So whenever I'm saving that, if I'm a civil servant here, first thing, like whoever is closer, I should save them compared to the person who is very far away and one who is close. I have to give, when this context is only analyzed, I need to save the person whoever is more closer to me, first thing. Second, vulnerable. Whoever is more vulnerable, we should save them first. That means, suppose imagine a 25-year-old young adult is there and a child is there. So child is more vulnerable, we should save the child first. And the same 25-year-old person and an old age person, 60 plus, save the old age person. A healthy person and a patient, save the patient first. In men and women, save the women first. This is vulnerability criteria. And then role in the government. If a common person is there and MLA is there, save MLA first. If MLA and CM is there, save the CM first. If CM and PM is there, save the PM first. In generally, so this is the criteria that we follow. But sir, don't they have any common sense why they've asked this question? See here, so again, some of you said like I will contact state disaster response force. I'll talk to them, convince them, and all. They are not asking how do you solve the problem. In fact, that is a part of your GS paper 3. So their pre-disaster management, during disaster management, and the post-disaster management, everything is there. Now here, sorry, this is a question of your attitude. They want to know your attitude. Sorry. So your attitude, the mindset about these people, you have to arrange them. Here, order is not much important. After order, you have to give justification why you are putting them in such an order. That shows your mindset. For example, I can save hikers first. I can write, like, for example, hikers, actually I will save the hikers first, because they are physically fit, well trained, and I can utilize the service of this hiker to save many other people. Then that logic is correct. Or as they're physically fit, well trained, they know about the situation, that is why they require a least assistance from the civil servants compared to other people, I save them last. That is also correct. So order is not much important, but what is the logic you are giving to that order is much more important. So that is why you have to write. So there is no perfect right or wrong answer, but you have to give justification. Now what should not be written in the answer? For example, I will say what should not be written. Listen to this, what you should not be written. So for example, I'll save the senior citizen last, because anyhow their old age, their burden to our country. Youth are very important, or children are important, senior citizens are their burden, that's why I will not save them. This is a wrong attitude, undesirable attitude. If I write, that is wrong. I save actually prisoners in the jail last, because they are anyhow criminals, and let them die, we'll save only ethical people. That is also wrong. I say politicians in the last, because they are actually anyhow corrupt. Let the corrupt people die. This all shows hidden intentions, hidden attitudes. Normally, we are focusing on, okay, what is the order and everything, because when there is a time pressure, everything, our real mindset about these people will come out. So, in this way, it is a trap question. So, do we have to write in the order? Yes, we have to write in the order. But whether order is important or justification is important, justification is more important. So, there is no one specific order. But still, for your understanding, if I am writing the answer, I would have written the order like this. But it is not necessary that everybody should agree with me. You can have a differences of opinion also. Listen to me. Just no need to write down, no need to by heart, because same question will not come. But you analyze how, what is the order I am following and what is the logic I am giving. Can you tell again what is proximity? Here, proximity means closeness. Whoever is closer to me, I should save them first. Okay, that is proximity. Sir, why people in government preferred over the commoners? Because they have a play and very important role in the government. You observed in many public places, suppose if there is any bomb threat or some communal violence is happening, the response force first go and save the MP, MLA, and the CMs and all. So they will have to take important decision, and that is required actually to maintain the peace and harmony in a society. That is why those human beings are important. These people are in an important position. Their decisions are important. Their laws can have a huge negative impact on the society in generally. That's why they should be given a preference. Now coming back to the order, I will be saving the patients in hospital first. I usually save the patients in hospital first. Why? Just listen to me, no need to write down. As a civil servant officer of the state, I know the location of hospital. I know the location. Patients in hospital, they are patients, so they're physically and psychologically maybe vulnerable in this situation. And the infrastructure damage happened, power generating units actually stopped, many of them may be depending upon external support. That is why each and every minute is important, a second is important, so I am giving priority to these people. Second is women and children. As in India, we believe in, of course, respecting the women. Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devate. And children, they do not aware of it actually, the different ways to come out of this. They may not experience this situation. They have a less awareness compared to other people in general about the ways to come out of this. They are vulnerable, and that's why they need this help. Third category will be the senior citizen. Senior citizens are physically vulnerable. They are the great source of knowledge and experiences, and they need us actually, we need them actually to help us, to guide us in a better way. That's why we save them in the third category. The fourth category will be saving the tourist. Atiti devo bhava. A tourist means atitis. Atiti devo bhava is our part of culture. So there are many people who trusted our state and they have come to us, or trusted this place, and that's why they have come. We have to be trustworthy. They trust us and we have to be trustworthy. We should deserve the trust. That is why we are saving the tourist as early as possible. Now there may be Indian tourist also, there may be foreign tourist also. How quickly we are able to save the foreign or international tourist also reflects the India's image at the international level. Keeping all this, we are giving the fourth priority. Well, the first four places I am talking about, why we are giving for higher level of priority. When I'm writing the second priority, I should also tell why I am giving less priority to now compared to the other section. Now the fifth category, I'll be saving the prisoners in the jail. So prisoners in the jail, we should, first thing, in the prison there may be some criminals, there may be some people who are still undergoing trial, they are not yet convicted. Even if somebody is a criminal, we should not allow them to die. We should save them as early as possible. And we should save them and we should not let it go. We should not allow them to escape from the prison also, because we are setting a wrong example. We should not use these prisoners to help other people also. So by the time we save the first four category of people, we should arrange for an extra force, a human force, and when they come we will save the prisoners and hand over to them, so that they will be again kept in a immediate, wherever available, actually safe place is available, we should allow them to stay there. So but we should save them actually. So next I'll be saving the additional chief secretary of the neighboring state in the sixth category. Being a senior officer, this he or she, again we don't know whether additional chief secretary here, he or she, it can be he or she. This person is being an experienced a senior IAS officer from the neighboring state, aware of the situation, have great experiences, usually associated with other people actually, and that is why we are comparatively giving the less preference. Next, ruling party's regional president is the seventh category. He's not Indian president. If Indian president, we would have given first priority. Being a locally famous person, regional president, ruling party means locally famous person, usually associated with some their own closed members. And the normal other people who have got rescued also, they want to save these people. They want to be in the, you know, good terms with this person, and that's why there are many other people are ready to save these people. That though they are very important, because there are many other people are ready to save these people, we are giving a less priority. And finally we will give priority to the hikers, that is in the eighth category. So they're physically fit, well trained, they carry the first aid, and they are aware of the situation. That is why they require least assistance compared to the other section of society. This should be the our order. This can be one of the order. You may change the order, but as long as the logic is correct, it is fine. Any doubts about this? Sir, we have regional president and chief secretary of the neighboring state. They can bring required and additional aid. Yeah, if that you feel is appropriate, you can put them in the top order. As I told you, it's all about the logic that you give is important. Especially whom do you give in the last, there should be a proper clarification. Sir, you don't have time to call the human force. So we'll, by the time we save these four people, no, actually we'll call them to get extra human force. Do we need to save the prisoners? Yes, we need to save the prisoners, but we should try everything to make sure that they are not able to escape the situation. They should not escape from that place. Information on proximity not provided. I am telling, no, you are to listen. I am talking, Mr. Test, the username. Proximity means closeness. If you are attending our classes, okay, maybe something means close. In this context, closeness, proximity means whoever is very closer to you, you should save them compared to the person who is far away from you. Okay, got it? I think Sushmit, the username test. It is not provided. What does it? Okay, it is not provided, man. In the question, it is not provided. That's why I said this is a general criteria that is being followed in a disaster. Okay, this is not, I'm not saying it is given here. Yes, I understood, Sushmit. This is a general criteria that we follow in the real life. Okay, so when you are writing this, and this can be your introduction. So, as a civil service officer, my primary responsibility is to save as many lives as possible in a disaster situation. The order in which I would rescue these people as follows. Normally, in a case studies, this was a 20 marks question. We will write the top value that is required to face the situation, the stakeholder, ethical dilemma that I'm having actually a stakeholders, ethical dilemma. All of this is no need to write in this kind of question. So one introduction can be this: as a civil services officer, my primary responsibility is to save as many life of the people as possible, as many lives as possible, and the order in which I would rescue these people as follows. Then you should write in a different paragraphs the order and their explanation. Some points, some points can have 2 points. Some order may have actually 2 points. Some may have 3 points. It is fine. So please write it. And this can be the possible conclusion. These priorities are based on the urgency of the situation, vulnerability of the individual, and availability of the resources. However, the situation may change dynamically and the priorities may need to be revised. So we are telling the evaluator we are not just blindly following, we'll have some thought, but it will be depending upon the situation, it may change. As a civil service officer, it is my duty to ensure that the rescue operations are conducted in an efficient and effective way to save the as many lives as possible. Sai Krishna wants to know, sir, why actually patients in hospital first priority? As a civil service officer of the state, I know the location of the patients. Tourist, it's difficult to check. There may be so many tourist places. Women, where are the women? Where are the children? So ruling party, I don't know where are they. So that's why patients in hospital, we know the location. Second thing, they are already in a vulnerable situation. So we don't know when we get the rescue and everything. That is why their life is at a danger, and they may be depending upon external support. And there is also a collapse of the what power generating units. Keeping all this in the mind, we need to save these people in the last. Okay, so now we'll take the break. So it's a break time, and we'll continue our journey after the break. So, hi friends. So, welcome to you all after a break. So, Sai Krishna says, sir, the value should be included or inculcated in this case is empathy, compassion, attitude, integrity, dedication. But no need to mention any of that. And normal, in any case, when you choose, also choose any one value that is very important to deal in that particular situation. So, here, that's why we have given one some standard introduction. Something similar to this, you can write it. Yes, friends, any other issues before we go ahead? Yes, that's good. Let's be back to our discussion. Thank you. So we have understood what are the factors responsible for the formation of attitude. Let's we go ahead. See, observe this slide. Just go through this slide once. Okay. Now listen to me. So now we are discussing about the functions it does. The functions of attitude. Here functions of attitude means actually but there is a functions of Rajya Sabha, functions of Lok Sabha. We have functions of endoplasmic reticulum, functions of mitochondria. So when we study functions, we are studying what do they do, what are the benefits of them. Right, in the same way, when you have attitude, there are certain benefits. There is some work that even attitude does, and that is the known as the functions of attitude. There are various psychologists have explained the functions of attitude in a different way. And this is theory based question from the year 2013 till now. This question was never asked, but you should aware of it. You should know about it. If one thing anything mentioned in the syllabus, you should be aware of it. Whether they ask or not, that is their issue. But we should know that. Can we mention Saint Thomas Aquinas in values? You can mention if the question demands. You can mention. Now coming back to the attitude, so there are many psychologists have explained the different variations, different functions of attitude. And here we are mentioning about Daniel Cudd, a 20th century American psychologist. According to him, there are four functions of attitude, or there are four functions to this attitude. One is knowledge function, another is ego defensive function, third one is utility function, the fourth one is value expression function. All the aspirants who are here, please focus here. Actually, it is a very simple concept, but you should just understand. Now see, when I know the attitude of other people, like for example, there here we have Madhur, Shweta, and Gayatri, Sai Krishna, Rashida. Suppose we imagine that we are all able to sit together here, actually some 4 5 people one day, in an offline, and normally we discuss, tell Rashida, what's your views on marriage in the 21st century? And we talk, and then Rashida will tell her opinion, then Madhur will tell his opinion, and others. We will continue. And like that, suppose in the same way we'll continue, we'll discuss about what is marriage, what is the relevance of marriage in 21st century, and this capital punishment, is it relevant in the 21st century? So whenever we are given freedom, so nobody is judging, we are all just like a friends. Normally when we talk in a public speaking and all, we think okay that other people may judge and everything, we may not speak in a normal casual, in a friends conversation, we speak whatever is our opinion. So the more and more I know opinion about other person, what I'm trying to know, I'm trying to understand that person, what kind of person is this person, and we may predict the behavior. We may predict the behavior of that person. So, for example, why interviews are conducted? So, interviews are conducted. In interview, many questions are asked. Like then, based on that question, we will see whether this person has an attitude that is required for a civil servant or not. Based on that, we predict the behavior. If we give the job to this person, what will happen? So that means, suppose we ask a question. See, imagine there is a civil servant who takes money only from the rich people but help the poor people. He will not use the 1 rupee also for himself. Actually, what do you think? Is it right or wrong? Suppose this person say, yes sir, it is right, because we are taking from rich people and giving it to the poor people. Then, so that is his mindset. He considers it's okay to do that. But if we analyze it, in reality, it is not correct for a civil service aspirant. So we are trying to analyze whether this person is suitable for a civil servant or not. That is the functions of attitude. So when we know the opinion of you, we can understand that person, and we are understanding the individuals, and we are predicting their future behavior. Whether it is right or wrong, we don't know. Whether they may behave the same way in the future, we don't know. But interviews are conducted for that. Normally dating happens. What is this dating like? Before marriage, the usually boy or a girl or any two people who want to enter into this institution of marriage, they spend some time talking to each other, going to the different places, and they will observe what is the opinion of other person, how this person behave in the different context and all, so that we are trying to understand them and we predict this. So in simple, knowledge function means the more and more we know the mindset of the people, we can understand them, what kind of the people they are, and how they might behave in the future. Now, for example, now Ayodhya, of course, the temple Ramalalla Prana Pratishtha is also done. Some years before, when there was an announcement has to be done, the Supreme Court actually final verdict was there about the Ayodhya land. We know that it's a very sensitive issue actually. So if any decision Supreme Court has taken, some community, any community or among these two community, one community may consider as an injustice to them, they may create a violence and everything. That is a prediction. We are able to predict their behavior. So what we have done, if suppose tomorrow at 1 p.m., tomorrow 1 p.m. is the Supreme Court judgment will come. So from today 4 p.m. till the tomorrow 4 p.m., we have imposed actually curfew, that not more than people should stand at a place actually, or this everything, because we know the mindset of common people. They feel injustice, there may be a protest. We are able to predict the behavior, and when we predict the behavior, we can able to take appropriate action to deal with them. And we take decisions in our life whether we should associate it with person or not dissociated with person. In simple, through the attitude, we understand the people and we predict their behavior. We decide whether we want to become friends with them or not, we want to marry this person or not, whether we want to hire this person or not. So many it's of knowledge we are getting. This is known as knowledge function. First one is knowledge function. Second one is ego defensive function. Listen to all the four, then if you have a doubt you will ask. Okay, so then second one is ego defensive function. In your childhood you might have heard the story of fox and grapes. One day, fox was in his way, and it was feeling hungry, and it has seen the grapes form actually, a form of the grapes, and it went inside. It felt so happy because I can eat the grapes. Actually, it went closer to that, but it is at a certain height. It tried to jump to get the fox. To get the grapes, it couldn't. It tried again, it couldn't. It tried again. After many times, it was actually not getting. So while going back, it thought that actually, it's okay. And in fact, it is not even just okay. It's very good that I couldn't get the grapes. If I would have got those grapes, actually, it would have been sour, actually, not tasty and all. It's very good that I couldn't get it. This is one small example to understand ego defensive attitude. What happened is actually earlier as a fox, when I see these grapes, I had a positive opinion. So that's why I tried to get it. But when I couldn't get it, actually, it started hurting my ego. I am a fox. How can I not get these grapes? So, in order to overcome this hurtness, I developed a new attitude now. That is actually, it will protect my ego. I am telling that it's very good that I couldn't get only. ये अच्छा हुआ, क्या तो हुआ कि वो अच्छा हुआ, वो मुझे नहीं मिला. वो मिला तो भी टेस्ट अच्छा नहीं था, खराब था. So अच्छा हुआ, whatever क्या whatever happened is good actually. So here by saying this, actually I'm not getting hurt too much actually. That is a kind of attitude that people will follow. Whether it is right or wrong is subjective. But normally, what are the functions that attitude is doing? Through attitude, I can understand people, I can predict their behavior. Through the attitude, I can also, by having certain attitude, I can keep my ego in a better situation. So to protect our ego, like in hurt. For example, imagine I tried for civil, just example, we tried for civil service examination. I could, after suppose 6 attempts, 32 years or over, I couldn't able to clear examination. Now the moment I think about it, I feel inferior. Arey, I tried a lot, I couldn't get this exam, it hurts my ego. Then I may develop this opinion. Arey, there is civil service exam, all corrupt people only. Now I clear this examination also, there is, we need to work under that corrupt politician. Abba, finally good, I couldn't have cleared. Now I have so much of free time, I can enjoy my life. So this is a mindset I may develop so that I can keep my ego in a better way, or I can keep myself in a better way. Suppose they, it also happens. Suppose Mr. A tried to impress a girl and so-called entered into a relationship. But after so many attempts, actually, like she said that, sorry man, I don't like you, somehow. So this Ramesh is a person who started getting hurt. I impressed her and she couldn't actually, she said no to me. How can she reject me actually? So it ego increases. Then he think that, find after some time, okay, it's good that I couldn't get her. Array, her character is not good, she smokes, she takes alcohol, and even if I would have married, half of my salary would have gone to her makeup only. No, these are all may not be true, but he needs some reason to say that why it is okay to not to marry her, not to enter into relation. So this person start finding and trying to create a negative opinion about that person. So that is ego defensive attitude. These are the mindset that we generally have so that it protects our ego. And it also increases our self-importance. For example, as a teacher, I may consider one of the noble profession in the world is teaching, because we are creating all other profession. Teaching is a profession which create all other profession. So when I know that, I feel proud of myself. A farmer may feel proud of it, because we are producing something, food that is required for every human being. So we are great, we are the backbone of country. Soldiers may feel proud that actually we are protecting the people. Without us, there cannot be any peace. Doctors may feel, after God, after mother, only one person can give back the life to people, that is a doctor. So we try to have certain attitudes actually, so that will increases our self importance. But in, coincidence thing is, a person who is doing robbery also may think that, see, now in 21st century, so much of technology is there. In spite of that, we cheat the people, manipulate the people, do robbery. So we are also great. So having certain attitude will protect our ego. We feel proud of ourselves, and that is one function of attitude. You want to use it or not, it's your choice. We are not discussing this from ethical perspective. Why do people have certain attitudes? Second function. The third function, utility function. Utility means use. Utilitarianism, maximum use to the maximum number of people. Here, now imagine I'm a politician. Okay, focus here. Focus here. Doubts, you have a time actually. I know you will have some doubts, but focus here now. So imagine I'm a politician working in some rural area, a remote district actually, in a rural area, where I'm a local politician. There was one incident of sexual harassment happened in my area. There was a girl who is going in a bus at 9 p.m., and this girl was sexually harassed by a group of people. The local media comes to me and asks actually, sir, in your area sexual harassments are happening, what do you say about this? Now as a politician, if I say this, see, boys are boys, we can't change the boys. The change should come from the girls. Why these incidences of sexual harassment is happening? Because Indian girls are not following the Indian culture. What is our Indian culture says? Indian women, the woman should be at home before 6 o'clock, before the sunset. At 9 o'clock in the night, why she should go outside? Tell me. And that too, she is going with a boy. Is she, he, her father? No. Her brother? No. Her husband? No. Other than these three people, how can she move with a stranger at 9 p.m.? When, and she, the dress she is wearing, jeans pant and she t-shirt she is wearing, that she is revealing actually her body, that will attract the boys. So boys are boys, we can't change the boys. So, and so the reason is only that girl and her family who allowed her to go at 9 o'clock, actually they are responsible, not the boys. Suppose as a politician, if I say this some 20 years before, people would have clapped and appreciated it actually. But now in the 21st century, suppose if I say this and it somebody recorded and it become viral, definitely people don't like it. There will be so many trolls and everything. There may be a protest that I should, resign my job and everything. I should be arrested. All this can happen. Okay. Now as a politician I will understand that if I want to survive in this society I should speak always pro women. I should change this dirty mindset, that is maybe wrong mindset coming from the past. I need to change. I have to speak pro women, pro soldier, pro farmer. These are the people, I should not speak against them. So though I may come from a certain mindset, slowly and gradually I get adjusted to the new. Suppose I come from a some remote area to a city where it is an offline class actually, and suppose again same some woman comes with a jeans pant and t-shirt everything. She's sitting next to me, and in a break, then I spoke to her and say, "See, being an Indian girl, actually, what kind of dress you are wearing?" Then that girl may say, "See, I know what dress I should wear. Please take care of your dress actually if you have any issues." So, okay, if I want get acceptance from the society, I should not speak like this. So, what we do, we will start learning, or we will try to have those attitude so that we'll get benefit from the society. Whether untouchability to be followed or not, no problem actually. Or like they think attitude. But if I say for whether I will get more respect or against more, I will respect. By having certain kind of attitude, give us more benefits in the society. We try to have those attitudes. So as a politician, if I speak pro woman, pro farmer, pro soldier, I'll get more votes. So I'll speak. If I say that suppose regional language is good, all boards should be in the regional language only. We should promote only regional language. More vote will get it. We may have certain attitudes. So what do? We get adjust to the society. That is why this is called as adjustment function also, or utility function, where we will try to have certain attitude so that we'll get more benefits from the society. If you remember one example that we have given for integrity, I know when we discuss integrity, 1920 non-cooperation movement was happening, and there is a Chauri Chaura incident happened. So it is a violent, Chauri Chaura is a violent incident. Chauri Chaura is a place in UP. The Chauri Chaura incident is also a violent incident where a few police officers were burnt alive, and some satyagrahis have done this. When Mahatma Gandhi ji came to know about this, so he told that no matter what, we are not continuing with this. So by stopping the non-cooperation movement in spite of the pressure, he told the people that what kind of values I stand for. So attitude can be expressed through our opinion, attitude can be expressed through our decision. And when I express my opinion, I am also telling what kind of person I am to the society. That's called value expression. I am telling what we are to the society, what are my values to the society. As a CEO of a big company, big MNC company, which has crores of rupees turnover, profit, everything. But as a when I'm go to office, suppose I go in a bicycle, I'm telling what kind of person I am. People may understand as a simple person, environment friendly, health conscious. और देश कितना कंजूस है, वो सीईओ है, BMW कार में आ सकता है, लेकिन साइकिल में आ रहा है. So they may think in a different way, but we are making a point what kind of person. When I express my opinion, when we do some behavior, when we take some decision, we are expressing what kind of people we are to the society. So we are trying to understand what are the different works, are the things that can be done by attitude. Through the attitude, I can understand other people. We may predict how they may behave in the future. Through the attitude, I can keep myself in a comfortable state. I can increases my self-importance. By having certain attitude, we can get more benefit from the society. Through my opinion, I am also expressing what kind of person I am to the society. When we express what we are to the society, we feel comfortable. These are all the things are happening because of the for attitude. This is a simple point, and if you want a detailed explanation of this with the example, please refer to this blog actually, where I've given actually detailed notes also, ethics and essay by Sri. You need to understand in simple, that is fine actually, but if you want to know more, you can refer to this blog where you will get. Now any doubts related to this you can ask. Chauri Chaura is in UP. So, sir, does it always good to defend the go or ego? No, it is all. We never said it's always, but people do it. When sometimes it may be good actually. Some rather than feeling bad about something that we couldn't get it, Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it is wrong. It is a situation based. But people do that. Like fox not catch the grapes, then say assume grapes are source. Yes, that's correct. Unsure, that's correct. Sir, these shapes the attitude or reverse. I am not able to get it actually. So they are together actually. So we have certain attitude, and through when we know the other attitude, we will understand them. When having certain attitude gives us in a better situation, so we develop those attitude. So attitude and the society, they are interrelated concept. We have some attitude, we will follow that, and we will learn from our experiences, and we change our attitude. So we will keep changing our attitude, so that we'll get more benefit from the society, so that we can keep our importance ego. If I'm a priest who has learned in Vedas and all, do puja and all, I feel proud of this. And if anybody is actually atheist, I may get actually, Are, what kind of these people are? You are not believing the God who created you. What nonsense fellow you are. That person may feel that, are feeling proud that one who knows Veda is a great person in this society. If I learn Bhagavad Gita, I may say, you don't even know Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is such a great book actually, and all. So it all about, because I studied Bhagavad Gita, I need more clarity, more, more respect in the society. So how I may create? So creating the feeling that actually whoever knows Bhagavad Gita, great people. Same may applicable to Quran, Bible, and everything. So they are together. Both will happen, Sushmit. Ego defensive can be an optimism. Yes, it can be. Utility means, see, having certain attitude will give us a more benefits actually. So we'll try to develop, as I told you one example, as a politician. If I speak against soldiers, suppose as a politician, if I, what is great in soldier, we give money and they will work, that's all. So then people develop a negative sentiment. As a politician, when I speak, I should always speak pro women. Suppose I go to a politician from Uttar Pradesh, and we say we need one language, actually a national language. Let us make Hindi as a national language, so that it will connect all the Indians. So in Uttar Pradesh, if I go and say Hindi should be made as a national language, I may get more appreciation, more benefit. But if I go to Tamil Nadu and I say we should make Hindi as a national language, many times people are not ready to listen. I may get more rejection. So I have to be very careful going to Tamil Nadu and saying that Hindi should be made as national language. But the same concept in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, I may say this actually. So usually when we say what is that opinion can give me more benefit, usually people like to say whatever that gives them more benefits. That is known as utility function. How do we know ideology of the other person? By talking to them, by interacting with them, asking some questions to them. If they are speaking with reality, then we can understand their ideology. If they are speaking lies, we no need to know their ideology. So how do we know? By talking to them, spending time with them, going outside with them, asking many questions to them, we can know. Are we clear? Yes. Thank you. Please observe this slide. Another simple concept about attitude. Please go through this slide. Just go through this. Even if you do not understand, it's fine. Just go through this. Okay, now listen to me. See, first there is something called attitude and the behavior. What is attitude? My opinion, perception, evaluation about something. Okay, this is an internal component. What is behavior? My action in a particular situation. How do I act actually, or how do I take the decision? What are my response or reaction to a particular situation? Action, reaction, response to a particular situation is known as behavior. Behavior is external. Behavior is what you can see. Attitude is something internal. Usually, remember, attitude and behavior are correlated. Attitude and behavior are correlated. Normally, suppose if I have this mindset that fitness is very good, we have to work on fitness, and in order to maintain a fitness, gym is actually going to a gym, walking, running are good. I'm not saying it is actually good or wrong, but as an individual, I consider I have to keep my body fit, and for that, I should go for a gym, running, walking. This is my mindset. It also reflected in a behavior. I may get admission to the gym. Every day I may wake up early, buy the sports shoes actually, and go for a walking and and running. This everything. So or do some exercises. See, and when I continue to do this behavior, and if it is giving me benefit, suppose I was earlier had a more weight than that is supposed to be required, I started losing weight, and I'm getting more confidence to interact with other people. I feel like I'm getting more energy and all. So, so that I will continue to have a positive attitude also. So, attitude is created. We have done a behavior, and that is also reflected in this. In the same way, suppose as an individual, I consider patriotism is love for my country. I love my country, and so one of the important work I should do is actually I should select the representatives who are representatives in the best ethical way. So I'm voting for the best people that is possible. So voting is a behavior. Patriotism is a mindset or the opinion that we love my country, and one of the best way to show voting for the right candidate. Attitude is internal, behavior is external, and we behave. So attitude and behavior are interrelated. One important factors that influences our behavior, the what decision we take, what is my action, reaction, response, everything. This is called as behavior. My behavior is influenced by attitude. But is it sure that only because we have attitude we take opinion? Suppose I have a positive opinion about soldier, it doesn't mean that I will also become soldier. Have a great respect towards air force, does this mean that I will join the air force? I may consider intercaste marriages are very good actually. Our intercaste marriages are not bad. It doesn't mean that actually everybody who thinks that intercaste marriages are good, do they go for intercaste marriage? Everybody who says that corruption is bad, are they sure that they don't take corruption? So that I may have certain opinions in this attitude, like corruption is bad, intercaste marriages are good, and air force is good, being a soldier is good, teaching is a great job. So some people may consider teaching is a great job, especially high school, primary school teacher. We can create a better society. But does mean that actually I am actually behaving that also I am becoming a teacher? No. That means that other than this attitude, the mindset, there may be some other factor also deciding our behavior. Now, other than the attitude, what are those factors that can decide our behavior? What is our father or mother say? One factor. Imagine there may be many factors that influences. Like I want to become soldier. I said, I suppose I want to convert into reality also. When I expressed, Mom, I want to become a soldier actually. I love you a lot. I respect you, but I also love my country. I want to go. Parents may say, yes, beta. Even I love you. I respect my country also. But I don't want you to become a soldier actually. Sorry. We have given so much of freedom, but in this case, I don't agree. I don't want to send my son to a border and fight all this actually. So here, that is also a factor that is determining my decision. That is called as the first one, expectation of significant others. Here, significant others means focus here. Whomever you consider as important in your life. It may be your husband, wife, brother, sister, friends, father, mother. I have taken the example of father. Whatever their expectation, that is also important. They may have two possibilities. When I express this, they may agree or disagree. That is also impact. Every you can only think about your life actually. Are you behaving according to your opinions, attitudes? No, right? Whether you take some decision, how do you react, respond, also depends upon what your parents say, because they play a very important role in your life. Second one is consequences of decision making. I want to become a soldier, suppose. Now, if I become a soldier, what are the positive, negative consequences will happen, that we will analyze. Whether it will have a positive consequences or the negative consequences, that will analyze. So usually if positive consequences are there, if I become a soldier, many people respect me, appreciate me, and when I come back, many people, friends feel proud that wow, I appreciate you, man. You are serving our country. You are working in border and protecting us. So whenever I come back after 1 year, 2 year, actually to meet my friends and family members, all are proud of me. That is continued actually. So I will continue to that behavior, in the behavior when it is a positive consequences, when my parents are also agreeing. And motivation and opportunity, I want to work as a, suppose a soldier, I go there actually, and many people are appreciating and everything. There is also a opportunity still. Suppose some age criteria will be there, like suppose 21, 24 or something for the different post. Now I am within that my age limit, so I have opportunity. There are other factors which they also want me to know, other than parents actually. So motivation is there, it is also present, or it may be absent. Now imagine I want to become a soldier. So for example, this is my opinion. My parents are also agreed. So one plus point, and then positive consequences happening. I'm able to take. I know I'm able to become a part of some war, and wherever India has won, and there is an opportunity to become to reach the higher levels, and the many people are happy. So everything is present here. I may become a soldier. So only attitude will not help. The other factor also should come into the picture. Now imagine I want to become a terrorist now. Suppose, hypothetically, not in reality, okay? Don't. Suppose I consider that our community people were disrespected by this country. They have discriminated us. They have not giving opportunity for us to grow. And that is why I want to become a terrorist and kill at least 1,000 people. So this is suppose my mindset. But just because I have opinion, can this become behavior? No, it cannot become behavior actually. So imagine, like even as a common person, if I want to kill 1,000 people, normally it is not possible. Is it really possible? Suppose some common person, you are just a middle class person and you want to kill 1,000 people. How can you do that? Now, sir, why are you teaching this? They will become, you are all very conscious human beings. Just because even if I say you can kill, you are not going to kill. I know that. Normally, it is not possible unless you have some extraordinary measure. So, when the expectation of significant others, suppose if I tell my parents I want to become terrorist and kill 1,000 people, definitely they say, what nonsense you are talking? Go and take care of your duty. So, disagreeing. And consequences, suppose if I get caught in the process of becoming a terrorist, I have to face 10 years of jail punishment, negative consequences. And motivation, nobody will motivate. Yes, you have to come and be, Sri, you have to become terrorist. No motivation and no opportunity also. Then what is happening? Though I have this attitude, it is not converting into behavior. But suppose I am searching in the internet actually and everything, and I come across some website, and that website says that you should feel proud that you are born in this community and you have to work for the community. In the process of working for the community and for our God and messengers, even if you kill other people actually, and even if you die in the process, don't worry, you can still go to the heaven or something. So what I got motivation. And they will tell actually, for example, so these are the, we will devise you, we'll send you some money through the cryptocurrencies that you can convert into India, the your own country currency, and these are the chemicals you have to buy, these are the equipments you have to buy, and this is how you can create a bomb and go and keep it in one central place. So I got opportunity also. So when these factors have joined, this person may become a terrorist. So in simple, many of the people have different mindset. Every mindset will not convert into behavior. Our behavior is not influenced only by attitude. If I'm behaving in a certain way, when somebody is behaving in certain way, some people say, see, I don't like to marry only, but my parents don't, they want me to marry, so I married. So that behavior is married, but why that he married? Because of significant others. Or If I don't marry, staying as a bachelor, suppose I'm working more than 8 hours per day, I have to prepare my own food, washing the vessels. We can't trust outsiders actually. I'll get somebody who can actually prepare the food, take care of my actually all other needs and everything. So I'm marrying. Suppose if I'm marrying, so benefits I'm getting, so I'm marrying or something. So in this way, our behavior is influenced by in simple attitude is one factor, but along with attitude, there are three other factors which are influencing this, and these are the factors. So this is the relationship between attitude and behavior. Raghav says, "Will get HUUR." Any what is that, Raghav? Mostly outside our mindset influence our behavior, our out behavior. Suppose I consider somehow these community people are good, I have this opinion and I presented in my behavior. But when I was this person, I'm feeling that yes, but this person is very ethical and very rich, very genuine and all, this will continue. But I consider these community people are good, I made a friendship, trusted and invested some money in that person which is run by this community people, but I faced a loss. Then my attitude also may change. Array, I should not blindly trust these people just because they belong to a certain community. They are interrelated. Sometimes we behave spontaneously without knowing what we are doing, what it is. So it is just sudden reaction to a situation. We call it as a sudden reaction to a situation where you are not consciously thought. Normally, this is all applicable when you have taken a conscious decision. Suddenly, we take decision that is a reaction to a particular situation that is influenced by the outside factors. Sir, please explain how motivation and opportunity are absent. I told you, right? For example, I want to become a terrorist. Whether there is any outside people are encouraging me to become a terrorist, no. And opportunity, even if I want to become terrorist, actually finding the terrorist organization and they should trust me, I should join normally. No opportunity also. Or suppose if I want to maybe okay, I want to remain as an ethical civil servant. That is also possible. Like, I want to remain as an ethical civil servant. But suppose, even though I'm ethical in the last 10 years, 20 years, there is nobody recognizing me. So, no motivation. Like, there are people who are getting so much of name and fame. But I'm doing my duty, nobody is recognizing and there nobody is appreciating. Even though I want to be ethical, don't want to take the bribe. So my senior officer, politician, they are not giving opportunity to continue. So then they may be absent because of the external factor. Posh means actually, though it is a yesterday's class, prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. POSH means Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act of 2013. It is based on the Vishaka guidelines that talks about what are the different steps that we need to take actually so that the sexual harassment can be prevented at workplaces. Some people said why this comes. Some student has asked this doubt. What is push? So I've asked this. Terrorists think that when they will be martyred, they will be honored with an angel in the heaven. Some terrorists may think like this, according to Raghu. Sir, if others agree, positive consequences is there, no motivation, then it will become so. See, now again, that's an important factor. Usually these are the factor influences our behavior, but it doesn't mean that all these are compulsory. If finally remember, our behavior depends upon individual. Some people say ఒక్కసారి నేను మైండ్ లో ఫ్లిక్స్ అయితే బ్లైండ్ గా వెళ్ళిపోతా. I don't consider any other factor. Once I fix in mind, I'll just go ahead. Suppose as a civil servant, I decided to be ethical. Even my parents are not agreeing. They say, for example, because I'm ethical, I have transferred for 20 times actually. Suppose my family members say, see, like suppose my wife and come and say, "See, why did I even marry you? From the time I'm married, I don't have a peace of mind only. I'm getting threat calls and transferred 20 times. Actually, your subordinate, that Muniappa, he came to see me first time. I should have married that person only. He got 3 BHK flat in Hyderabad. And one more he is building in Bengaluru. But you are not, we are living in this government building, not taking any money. So there is a disagreement is there actually. Now, when even though I try to be, I'm an ethical in the last 10 years, I was transferred, false complaint, threat calls, negative consequences are there. Nobody is even recognizing that I'm ethical. It's a very difficult opportunities are there. Still, I can be an ethical person. So, attitude behavior is there actually. If you have integrity, higher level of integrity, as we discussed. So, generally, when I have attitude and these factors are also helping me, I will continue to have this behavior, but even they are completely opposite may have happen, but it will have influence. No, you can check your life only. There are many decisions. It is not just to take because you have positive opinion. Like you believe intercaste marriages are good. Your parents are also agreed. Then you marry, and then sometimes you say no matter what, no, you should not marry the another person. Person belong to the other caste. Then okay, Raghavji, hope you got it. And Shali, did you understand? Okay, fine. So we understood the relationship between attitude and behavior. We discussed this case study. Now we are going to this an important concept related to the attitude, that is social influence and persuasion. Do you know what is social influence and persuasion? Do you know anything about these two words? Please share some points on this. Before I speak, you have to share some points. Observe the image, see the word. The power we hold over others, according to Raghav. Social influence means influencing the people. Persuasion means running after something. Social influence means influencing the people. Persuasion means running after something. Okay, running after something. Oh, this is called persuasion. I was not thinking in a different way. How society impact on ourselves? That is one. Okay, social influence. Our decision based on the other's opinion. Okay, good. Let's we understand what is this too. So normally in our society, there are undesirable attitudes which are prevalent in the society. Undesirable attitudes. So that means these are the attitude or the mindset which are not relevant in the 21st century. Some of them are again, for example, the mindset that actually women are not suitable for the workplace. Women are not suitable for the workplace. But the women are suitable as a homemaker. The rightful place for her actually the home, but she is not relevant or suitable in the workplace. That is one undesirable attitude. Many times, women loses employment opportunity for this feeling that, "Arey, women, no, not suitable. They can't handle the work pressure. They can't handle the leadership position." These are certain mindset that some people have it, or that actually the feeling that untouchability is also another again related concept. Few people by birth actually they are impure. And open defecation, why some people consider, Arey, how can we have a toilet at home? Having a toilet at home is wrong actually. It should be outside the village. That's why they usually people go for open defecation. So because some people say it's okay, very cool, we feel get a better feeling to go outside, we got from the nature, we should give back to the nature actually and everything. So people may go for open defecation. So untouchability, woman is not suitable for workplace actually. So these are the some undesirable attitude which are prevalent even in the 21st century. And when we understanding them, when we want to change them, the concept of social influence and persuasion will come into the picture. We as a human beings are called as a social animals. Why human beings are called as a social animals? We love to interact with other people. We love to interact with other people. We want to we want to get respect from other people. We want to live with other people, live together. We want to work together. We want to share our happiness. See, when you become IAS, actually, many people want to become IAS. Not necessarily they will do the public service or something. One of the prime reason people want to become IAS, from the many people, you can cross check yourself. The moment I become IAS, the way other people look at us changes. So it is not in the salary that we get. Suppose 1 lakh around that you are getting salary in the initial stages, that many other jobs will give you control over other the resources and all may be getting, but the moment you become IAS officer, how other people look at us changes. So people enjoy that. So this so we want to interact with other people, respect other people, live together, work together, everything. As a part of this, we influences many people. We also get influenced by other people. That means there is a change in my opinion, behavior, emotion because of other people. I may read about them, I may watch a video about them, I may watch a movie about them, I talk to them, I may observe them. Because of all this, and I felt that, wow, I have to become like this, there may be a slight change. So I may learn from these people, and somebody else may observe us actually, and they can learn from us. So every day we are interacting with other people, we are influencing other people, we are also getting influenced by other people. There are people who can influence at a great level. We call it as social influencers, YouTube influencers, celebrities. They all have a great, so influencing power. But every common person also can influence others and get influenced by the others. The relationship between the social influence and the persuasion can be presented like this. So persuasion is a one part of the social influence. What is that? We will discuss it actually. For now, social influence is a very broader concept. What is social influence? See this. Social influence, here SI refers to social influence. It occurs when a person's emotions, opinions, or behaviors are affected by others. I think that eating three times a food, sleeping, actually this is only good. And I studied the life of Baba Amte, and I felt that wow, this is the life. He has taken so much of risk actually and worked for the people who are suffering from leprosy. And thanks to his effort, there are 50,000 people who are able to live a good life. There are people, they are waiting to die, but these people change their lives. When after watching the documentary, there may be a change in my opinion about what is good life. That is a social influence. We watched a document, no, a documentary of Anandvan, and there is change. That is also a social influence. It is the process by which an individual's attitude, behaviors are modified by others. Same thing we just given in a different way. This is the influence come from a variety of sources. We may learn from our parents. My father actually, we like suppose we get irritated for smaller things actually, but we see our father, mother actually they face so much of difficulties, but they're able to maintain the stability, family. We can get it from the friends. You can see, hurry, this person take everything chill, so cool actually. Why I'm getting worried about so many things? Wow, I should learn from this person. The peer groups actually, same thing, who are of same age, same minded people. Authority figure, wow, I should learn the punctuality from our boss actually. The office starts at 9 o'clock. Being a manager, it is not compulsory for him to come, but he comes. I should learn the way he communicate, the way he talk to the other people. Wow, I should learn from this. And from media, we watch again the documentaries, movies, and everything, and understand the situations in a different way. Are this weaker section of society, reservation, reservation, reservation. Still, how many years you want to give the reservation? I may have this opinion. Article 15 movie I watch actually, suppose, and okay, that shows even today in the 21st century, Dalit people are facing discrimination. So it is not an old era situation. Even today there is backwardness. Array, how bad nonsense I am thinking. Because I got everything, I am thinking things are fine. No, but actually still the things are very bad, which is based on the real incident. So there may be a slight change in the way I look at the people belong to this community or about the reservation. That is known as social influence. So every day, almost every day, we are influencing other people. We are getting influenced by the other people. Mahatma Gandhi ji. So when did he born? When did he born? Year, please. Okay. 1869. When did he go to South Africa? Good. When this is the born, actually, he did born. Okay, birth year. And when did he go to South Africa? Any idea? Some say 1890s, some say 1892, 1880. So according to him, in the 11-year-old only he went. Chitturi, Sai Krishna. Yes, it is actually in 1893 he went to South Africa. Why did he go to South Africa? Oh, 1875. Prashant, are you sure? He born in 1869 and in as a 6-year-old person he went to South Africa. Huh? So to practice the law for higher education, he went to South Africa as if no other country was there. Actually, he wanted to study actually in South Africa. Is it so? Okay, he actually studied this law barrister in UK much earlier only. Okay, so he went to South Africa to deal with some case actually. Okay, he was called by one of his friend to fight for racial discrimination. No, Himanshu, he did not go to fight racial discrimination. He did not go to study the law actually. So he did not go to break discrimination. That's a wrong. Okay, remember, he just went to deal some case. There was an Indian trader, and he is having some disputes in South Africa. In order to deal with that case, he went. And but the one famous incident, when he was traveling in a train in 1893, though he had a ticket that he can sit in a first class, but just because he was considered to be a colored person or a darker in color, he was thrown out of the train. And the experience that he faced actually want him to rethink about the purpose of life, everything. Then slowly and gradually he started fighting for the country. And for most part of the time between 1893 and 1915, he stayed actually in the South Africa, and in the 1950 he came back to India. Now this is most of the times that he has stayed in India between 1893 to 1915. But there are some situations where he has come visited India in between this. One such visit happened in the 1901. In 1901, Mahatma Gandhi has visited India to get support of Indians for his fight that he is doing against the color discrimination that is happening in the South Africa, or the discrimination against the Indians that was happening in the South Africa. So one such visit he came in the and there was a INC, Indian National Congress meeting was happening in the Calcutta. Okay, yes, Raghav, you are right. He went to deal with a case called as Dada Abdullah and Co. Some company case that he went. So that's why he went to that. Okay, so he came back to India in 1901 to deal with some case to attend a meeting, INC meeting in Kolkata. Now, so that if the meeting is supposed to happen tomorrow, like today only, there are many people who have come across the India from the different countries to attend the meeting, and there were not much facilities were done for a defecation. So the many people stayed there, and next day morning they have to go for a defecation. So they've identified some area, open space, and they went defecation there. But meeting is about to start. Now you can see it's from far of the open ground, defecation is there, some bad smell may come actually and all. So Mahatma Gandhi ji called the volunteers and told them, see, we need to clean this. The meeting is about to start. And why nobody has cleaned that? The volunteers will say, sir, we cannot clean this. There are some people who are belong to a certain caste whom we consider as a lower caste, and only they should clean. And we have informed them they will come and they will clean. We can't do this, sir. We are belong to the higher caste. Then Mahatma Gandhi says that, or Mohandas says at that time, see, work is a work. You cannot call a lower caste work, higher caste work and all. It is a, you are come as a volunteer, you should do this. Then volunteer says, sir, you might be a great lawyer in South Africa, working in South Africa, but we can't do everything that you say. Sorry, sir. Then it is said that Mahatma Gandhi ji himself took the broom and actually the pan, and he started cleaning that actually. So when he started cleaning that, there are some people who has observed this as a volunteers. There will be a certain change in them. Arey, he is a great lawyer and is actually working in South Africa. If he himself changing, then there is nothing wrong even if we change. That is one example for social influence. Clear? So you should know this actually. Try to make a simple notes about explaining how this can become social influence. Rahul Kumar. And this woman you can see in this image, her name is Sunita. Her name is Sunita. She is working as a cook as a part of midday meal scheme. She was working in the Gopalganj district of Bihar. She is doing her job, helping people to have some good food, living her life well. But one day her husband died, so she has become widow. And in this district of Gopalganj, in the village where Sunita was staying, they consider once again widow as a impure or apashakun. We should keep this woman who is widow outside the village or separate. So some discrimination was prevailing against the widows. So there was an attempt was happening in a village. The plans were happening so that they remove the Sunita from this post of preparing the food. Actually, Sunita felt very bad. If I'm not preparing the food well, you may remove me. If I'm not hygienic, you may remove. But just because I'm widow, you are removing. Not correct. She has written a letter to some of her higher authorities. This is what happening in our village. ఎవరు లేదా దీన్ని చూడడానికి? So there is nobody to help me. So where she, with the help of some so-called educated people, she has written a letter. One such letter reached the Rahul Kumar. This Rahul Kumar is the district magistrate of the Gopalganj district of Bihar. He got this letter. There are many people like this, hundreds of letters you may be receiving. So Rahul Kumar thought that we need to find a solution. He called the local authorities, officials, politicians, and told them, I am coming in this particular day. Please make sure that many of the influential people are present in that day. So he went there. First, what he did actually, he requested Sunita, please to prepare a food while I'm talking to the other people. So he was speaking to the other people. And when the food is ready, first he did eat the food actually prepared by her. So then, at least some people who see this actually, before he speak anything, Arey, he's a DM Saab, actually, he's in a very responsible position. Yes, officer, he's eating the food prepared by her. Oh, I don't think it is wrong actually then. Oh, somebody got wrongly influenced as actually widows are impure and all. Yes, officer is doing. Arey, we can also do that. Some changes happening in some opinion. That is also a social influence. Of course, this is no, it will not solve complete problem. Then he spoke to the elders of this actually, elders of the village, local influential people, politician people, successful people, religious leaders, and then he was able to convince them. So that is a Rahul Kumar actually case. So this you can go to YouTube and watch a video like Rahul Kumar IAS officer. You will get this video in Hindi explaining this. But if you can know this incident and write it, that's also fine. Did you understand this? Okay. Can this social influence can be negative? Yes, it can be negative. It can be positive. It can be neutral. So we are discussing this in the context of civil servant. That's why we are giving positive example. That's a good question, Shweta. So social influence can be even smaller things. For example, when Mahendra Singh Dhoni has come to this cricket field, he was having a big hairstyle. As a common person, I'll wow, it's a good hairstyle. And if I started following that, that is also a social influence. Suppose I'm a girl coming from the rural area wearing so-called traditional dresses. I observed that okay, these girls are wearing t-shirt, jeans pant, and they're looking good. And suppose if I felt and I started wearing jeans pant, t-shirt, and everything, that can also be a social influence. Smoking can be influence, drinking alcohol can be influence actually. So there are some are good, some are bad, some are neutral actually. So it can be everything, but we are discussing some example from a civil servant perspective. But in general, influence can happen in any way. Hope you have know about this person called Prashant Nair. We have discussed about him in the previous class and as an example for compassion. So Prashant Nair is an IAS officer from the Kerala cadre. So he has taken some initiation as a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. You know, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has two components. One is called as the rural component. The target in the rural areas is to make the rural areas ODF, that is open defecation free. In the urban areas, the focus is solid waste management, so that everybody has to take the responsibility starting from their home. Actually, they should have the two dustbins and everything, they have to participate. But the keeping the public places clean also should be the common people responsibility. There is public pond will be there, and common public areas, actually we should also play some role. But sometimes the people have this mindset, are this is government area, why we should take care, we can throw anything, let them anybody make dirty, we will keep only our inside home only clean. Keeping outside is not. That some laborers, power karmikas, they get salary, they should do the work. So our Prashant Nair wanted to change this perspective. So what he has done as a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, in his social media page, he informed the people that, like for example, this Sunday, I am actually along with our team of our employees. We are going to these areas, and like suppose it start at 8 a.m. and it will go until 2 p.m. actually, and we are going to clean these areas, pond and everything actually. If anybody you are interested, you can also join. Now imagine the IAS officer, other government official, youth who are belong to the different caste, region, religion, they are cleaning these public roads and everything. Of course, recently our honorable prime minister also has cleaned, and even Swachh Bharat Abhiyan launched, then also he cleaned. But when these the common people see this, actually, "Arey, IAS officer is cleaning the road, cleaning the pond." Okay, the cleaning itself as a not a dirty work or something. Everybody can do that. There is a slight change in our opinion or the emotion associated. If somebody is cleaning, "Arey, these people are dirty" or something. No. So these are also human beings. In fact, it is correct actually. There is nothing wrong in that. That is one example of actually, social influence and persuasion. It is an example for social influence. Now, see, for example, after those who have visited, he will write a letter again. Congratulations to all the volunteers who got together this morning to clean up this particular lake. And cleaning up 57,000 square meter water body is not a small deal, but you are able to deal that. So in this way, calling them, participating, appreciating, this is how as an officer you can bring the change. So Prashant Nair and Rahul Kumar. Coming to the Mahatma Gandhiji's example, see in 1901 that we have discussed, see manual scavenging at that time, toilets were not prevalent in many of the places. Somebody, some human being has to clean. When because somebody has to clean, why only that should be limited to lower caste? That was the question. But in the 21st century that we live in, the 2024, manual scavenging is considered to be legally wrong. So now nobody should do. We have to get it done with the advanced machines or other system that is prevalent actually. So that is why this example is right in the context it was done actually. Now in the 21st century, if anybody is doing this manual scavenging, normally it is wrong. That is removal of feces actually. Now cleaning toilets, actually sometimes our home we clean our toilets actually. Now recently there was controversy where teachers are made the students to clean the toilets actually, and the teacher was suspended. Now that brings a question actually. See, normally, what is your opinion? There was one government school actually where a teacher made the students to clean the toilets, washrooms that is used by all the people in the school, and the teacher got suspended. It is considered wrong by many. Is it wrong actually? So Mohan says it is not wrong. So there was a recent, yesterday it was in the newspaper, where a teacher got suspended because she made some students to clean the toilets actually. If along with teacher, students, if teacher also clean, then it is not wrong. Okay, according to Sai Krishna. That's a good point. Okay, so once again, there was another incident actually. Now look at this actually. If you are observing the newspaper, there's one teacher actually. He was sitting in a chair, and he made one student to come and press his hand because his actually hands were feeling pain. So he made student, like for he was sitting around, say he made student to come and actually press the hand actually and everything. So the student was pressing it. Video went viral, and this teacher got suspended. So making the student to press the hand of a teacher, is it wrong? School is for study, sir. Only we should do all the other nonsense things actually should not be done, according to Vanshika. Yes, sir. No, sir. Actually, right, wrong. See, now again, what I mean to say actually, so like school is for study, but what is study? Study means not reading the books. Study means not only listening to lecturer and writing the answer. That is not study can happen in a different way. Now when we tell something, for example, now pressing the hand of a teacher and all can be a subject. We used to have a gurukula system earlier where student used to go to the gurukula system where they study, and because guru was actually of course a teacher, many times we see that actually they were pressing the actually leg of the teacher also because of tired leg pain and so many things actually, where teachers are considered equal to the god. Acharya Devo Bhava and all was there, and even bringing water to the teacher actually was all very common at that time. But nowadays, of course, 21st century, things have changed actually. Now sometimes this becomes a controversial when the teachers are made to clean the field or clean the classroom itself actually, sweeping and all, cleaning this now, or for example planting the trees. So these are all part of the work. Now when we say that cleaning toilet is wrong but planting the trees are okay or and all, then we are discriminating once again the work. Now even today we clean our home toilets actually. So on a rule basis, including teachers actually, now there are some workers are employed, only they should clean. If some with the good intention that cleaning itself is a not wrong, we need to follow some precaution, clean, wash the hands properly and all. Some days teachers will do, some days employees will do, some days students will also do. If that is followed, it may not be wrong. Why should we consider some works as impure works? And study means not only learning a plus b whole square formula, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. In that, so it is finally depends on the intention. Okay, so we cannot say right or wrong from the outside perspective. Actually, here we should know more details to get there. So, if you are an higher authority, before you suspend the teacher, talk to that teacher and talk to the students, know their side of the story, and then take a decision. That's all. Sports, entertainment also. Yes, the school is a part of sports and entertainment also. If it is by request, it is okay. If it is by command, then it is wrong. It is not wrong if it is done for necessary, but if it is for the purpose of pleasure, so for the purpose of pleasure or discriminate them, then it is wrong. In Japan, everything is done by the student itself, sir. Can't we have such rules? Again, because it is also but the way we look at the things in a society. Mm. Sir, I see that in some school, teacher teach subject less and they give students their work actually. The work that is supposed to be done by the teachers, if they are giving so that their work is reduces, that is a wrong actually. But in order to inculcate some positive values, we are doing it, then it is correct. So we should know what is the intention, how it is being implemented. My doubt of ethical issue. What is your doubt of ethical issue? Okay, we'll come to this. I'll come to this ethical issue. Then have discussion from both the ends. Cleanliness is not wrong, but it is done with only student is wrong. In a group, we are also clean. Then it is correct. Yes, Vanshika, you are right. That's what we want to tell. So this is about social influence. How the social influence is different from the persuasion, and what are the some other real life example? We'll tell you. And for now, one homework you have to do it actually. So please note down this homework before you attend tomorrow's class. One homework actually, so you have to watch one more TED talk. That TED talk is actually PB Salim. So please watch this video. What is it? I'll tell you. PB Salim, he was a district magistrate when he was the district magistrate of Nadia district of West Bengal. Nadia district is the first district in India to be declared as ODF, open defecation free. But in the year 2013, when he has taken the in charge of this, actually as in charge as a district magistrate, there are lakhs of people going for open defecation. He was able to take some measures, and thanks to his measures, actually 99.9% or more than 99% of the people started using the toilets, and it has declared as a first ODF actually. But what he has done to know this, please watch this TED talk. Actually, this is a homework for today, and this is explanation. And if somebody has a doubts, you can definitely stay. For others, Vanshika want to know what is ODF. Is that is your question, Vanshika? If it is yes, then you are not attending our class actually, because I told this ODF in this context. When I explained Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the rural India actually focuses on ODF. Yes, if somebody wants to know what is ODF, open defecation free. Okay, so this is a homework. So Shali wants to know, sir, ethical issues. See, whenever they ask what are the ethical issues involved in a case, ethical issues means the issues associated with what is right and what is wrong. How do we find it in a case study? We will analyze the case study in detail and say what is right and what is wrong. If you remember the previous case study that we discussed yesterday about municipal commissioner, there the builder has used the low quality material that is given in the question. How do we write ethical issue? In the above case, the builder is giving more priority to the profits but not to the safety or sustainability. There was an officer who is, there were so many violations are happening, but he ignored that. He did not focus on that. As a civil servant, we should have a dedication, but the above officer has actually neglected his duty. That shows his apathetic nature. This is the description of the incident, analyzing what is right, what is wrong. He should have been have dedication, but he is having apathy. So analyzing the each point in the case study or wherever right and wrong issues are there, that is known as ethical issues. In future also we will discuss some more ethical issues. There you will get more clarity. Please listen to the yesterday's class also in detail, Shali. If you're not, then you will get more clarity if you require. Otherwise, in future also we'll discuss some more ethical issues. Time passed like speed of light in this lecture. Okay, that means it was more interesting. In this context, sometimes we will wish the people, you have a long life, live longer. Normally, if you are living longer means also it is, we are facing difficult times. Normally, when we are in a difficult times, even 1 minute looks like 1 hour. Array, I have been listening to class from so much time, still only 15 minutes are over. That means we are getting bored with the classes. We are getting bored with life. Actually, we say longer life. So if anytime you feel, oh, suddenly class is over, that means you felt interested with that subject. Okay, that's good to know, Sneha. Thank you that you liked it. Gayatri, I will tell my email ID on the last day. Till the last day, any doubts you are having, please ask here itself. I will answer here. Because when you ask there through email, only you will find the answer. But when you ask your question here in the class, many other people who might have the same doubt, they will also get clarity. That is why. Anshu, another. Sir, today's class is wonderful, sir. Thank you. Mahima wants to know, sir, please explain democratic attitude. There is an attitude, means our opinion. Civil servants are two kinds of types actually. These, as a civil servant, if I'm a civil servant who considers that peoples are important, and when we take a decision, we have to give priority to the majority of the opinion, their needs and expectation to be considered, and we need to follow compassion and tolerance in my life. This is the duty of a civil servant. Then I'm having a democratic attitude. As a civil servant, if I consider law of the land is important, I should strictly follow all the laws, rules and regulation. Objectivity, neutrality, confidentiality are important. Then I belong to the bureaucratic attitude. Both are important. We need to balance both actually and take appropriate decision. Maybe primary priority is given to the bureaucratic attitude, but without violating the law of the land, you should follow the democratic attitude also. Sir, they said new batch starts from February 1st, but timetable is not sent. Please inform the mentors, sir, if you can. They are not dash dash dash. Okay. Yes, Shwetaji will do that. Can I leave, sir? Yes, mother. You can. Is it always terms of civil servant? We see again. Remember, we wherever possible we discuss in terms of a civil servant because we are studying the civil service ethics. We may use these words to the other people also, but we specifically discuss now again just because you asked this question, whether what is right and wrong is a subjective. So when we say something as right and wrong, here we are discussing because from the perspective of a civil service aspirant. Generally also it is applicable, Mahima, in simple, but these whenever we write the definitions also we are writing from the perspective of civil service aspirant. How to revise ethics and your lecturer if forgotten something. Sneha, ideally, whatever the class is happening, you should have taken the PPT notes. If not, you have to write everything. Suppose I show this slide actually, and I'll just show, when I'm explaining, I show this slide. No need to write and go. You will leave this place actually. Okay, some 3 lines are required. 3 4 lines you will leave and write the remaining things. After the class, you have to fill. No, you have to make notes in such a way that even after 15 days, if you recall, you should recall every joke that we made, every fun that we created, other some comments which has come and everything, so that you will recall. And then when you read reference book, you will get more clarity. And then you practice question, you will get further clarity. When you take feedback and improve, you will get more clarity. And your journey will continue like this. So you find some subjects are hard. It's okay. Any subject is hard if it is in a general studies. You have to practice or learn. Actually, try to get more clarity. Suppose in my class, one like some concept I explained you did not understand. Go to YouTube and search. Actually, go to Google and search. Or actually, the if you might have access to tablet, then Madam also there. She has explained actually. She's a topper and her recordings are also available. See how she has explained, so then you may get much more clarity. Can we use some example based on IFS? Normally the most of the questions are also asked actually keeping the IAS and IPS in the mind. Actually, we have used this. There was no specific questions from the previous years are asked. Actually, that's why we are not focusing. If a concept permits, we may use that. What is difference between aptitude and attitude? First, Anshu, tell me, is there is any similarity between these two? Then I will tell the difference. If you want to know difference, there should be some similar also, no? If you ask, sir, what is the difference between mountain and ocean? First, what is common between these two? Sir, please write free space in PPT rather than over the text. What is the problem if I write over the text? Because you cannot see the text, okay? Let me see where I have written over the text. I don't think this is over the text. I don't think this is over the text. I don't think this is also over the text. I don't think this is also not over the text. This is also not. So Ganesh ji is okay. Here actually I need to explain this actually because there is no other option. So I have used it in this. It was necessary. Here I have not used. Here also it was. I am writing as side as possible only. I think these wherever unless it is necessary, I have written it in the side only, not on the points. Okay. But still, any specific slide you have a problem, please let me know. Okay, Ganesh ji. And see, Anshu, first aptitude means actually it is a natural ability to do something. As I said, somebody can teach well, dance well, sing well. Actually, this is aptitude. My mindset towards everything is actually called as an attitude. And tomorrow you will again get, see, the way I look at teaching is my attitude. The skills I have actually related to teaching is related to my aptitude. Attitude in simple, your mindset. Aptitude is your talent. Yes, friends, any other doubts you have? If no doubts, as there are no comments, I assume that there are no doubts. So these are all the discussion for today. Hope that today's discussion was beneficial for you. Please revise whatever we discussed and come to the tomorrow's class. And if you have any doubts, issues, or concerns, we'll discuss tomorrow. Hope that it was beneficial for you. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you.